Welcome to Inside the Circle, Road to HCS 20. And to do that, we're going to do a look back at our top matches. But as always, before we get to anything, big shout out to our sponsors and thank you. All Jersey Mechanical, All Jersey all the time. There's some images here I'm looking for you. That's up here. All Jersey Mechanical, All Jersey all the time. Savvy Fit Soaps, really freaking natural. Anyone else?
No, we have other people. We have Underground Nutrition.
We have AVP Underground Nutrition. You know who you are. We don't have your graphic today, but
Gianni.
shout out as always.
Gianni's Pizzeria.
Shout out as always. But yeah, welcome Inside the Circle. I'm here today. Zach as always, along with Josh and Ben. New setup. We're in the man cave kinda to do this watch party. What's up, fellas?
What's up? Yes, finally figured out a way of using this area because I've been kicked out of every other room in my house.
Sorry to anyone if my head keeps popping in and out on both screens. I'm kind of in both cameras, but you'll have to get over that.
Double Zach. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but before we look back on everything, you want to touch on our HCS 19?
Yeah, I mean, that was a good one. We saw the debut of 8-minute regulation, where I think regardless if you're going to end up in overtime. When I was reffing the matches, I don't think that extra 2 minutes. We didn't see a single sub in the final 2 minutes. So it was more of I think when you left there, when you entered in that last 2 minutes, no one really actually picked up the pace either.
No.
To try to make sure they didn't get it. So, but I think it was a necessary move, and I think we'll keep it going. So when we go to the Grand Prix, we'll keep 8 minutes.
Grand Prix, and then are we going to keep it for black belts?
Black belt gi matches, where again we don't do a lot of gis. So that was, for Mike and Kyle, I figured an 8-minute gi match is tough enough, and as a black belt, you need as much time to get your grips and stuff. So we gave it, but again, Kyle got it done in 3 minutes.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
Usually gi matches can get real boring, but
They brought it.
They both brought it.
I was talking to Mike after, and he's like, I should have just stopped shooting. He just kept on going for the guillotine. I was like, his Instagram handle is guillotine season. So that obviously is coming. But yeah, we'll talk about Kyle, but Kyle, another win. When we were when I was getting ready for this podcast, I was going back. I had to go look at a lot of records and stuff like that, and getting ready for the Grand Prix and stuff. Kyle started off slow in here. He lost some matches at the duels, but ever since in super fights, he's undefeated. So those only losses were inside the duels. He has a win over John Perez, and so Kyle's one of our.
And he's going to be in the absolute.
As of right now, he competes a lot and guild and stuff, so he has some aches and pains that he's kind of worried about. But I showed him the bracket, and the bracket's getting pretty tough, so he's very excited. So he's hoping he's gonna be able to go, but he's in there and he's a top 3 seed, so he's gonna be fun to watch.
It can help with some of those aches and pains.
What?
$1,000.
$1,000 does help.
$1,000.
$1,000 on a belt that you get to keep.
Yeah, I don't know what's hurting him, but maybe the belt.
The belt, support.
We got 3 new belts right here. You can't see it, but they're in the box. Because at HCS, you get to keep your belt.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Crazy things to see.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We take care of our fighters here.
But yeah, highlight of HCS 19, Dylan Garofalo goes in, gets it done, looked fantastic in every match, didn't get a bye or anything.
No, and his first match against Chris, hats off to Chris. Chris is a purple belt that took an open spot where it's tough with these Grand Prix. I'd look to get 8 to make it. We got to make it worthwhile a little bit, but injuries happen, and we had some pullouts and stuff like that. And at 145, we have a lot of guys, but there's also a lot of guys that are 135, 120. They're they're a little too big. So it's always a tough area to go. But Chris is I'll throw in. But I told Chris we'll get him a match with another purple belt and kind of go. But Dylan was he was calm the entire day. They had the heart rate monitor on that they were checking in between the rounds. where you are, and he's like, yeah, that's a new thing in
I didn't
strategy.
realize
Like, yeah, I'm glad. Like, I looked and I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, wow. He has like, I guess it's a loop, right? That's a thing, loop, or I don't know.
Whoop.
Whoop, not
Yeah.
loop. Whoop.
What's
Yeah.
whoop?
Loop
So
is
whoop
the
is-
TV.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, Joe Rogan's huge on it, but it takes check your sleeping, your
So like
heart rate, and all that kind of stuff.
A better app.
They have it, and then you go like, but then you look back at his matches. He was literally like, we'll talk about it later, but when Rue was attacking, he was just chill.
Mhm.
His leg was up and like just literally not moving, and it didn't bother him, and he just dominated.
It's like a machine.
It's the way he won the belt. You know, I had to yell at I rewatched it, but I'd yell at Xavier for counting because he was ahead of the clock. It was like when Dylan took the back, he had it, and then Xavier started counting, saying like 5 seconds, but there was like 7 seconds. So I was like, stop, don't let this happen. But it didn't matter. Diallo tapped with a second left.
Yeah.
Which that dude is a fucking monster.
I mean, that was a hell of a match. That was ADCC.
No, that was the final.
That was the third overtime.
That was
Yeah.
the overtime.
That was his first match. I was like, who's gonna beat this guy?
But yeah, Diallo came out, and I'm like Dylan being able to remain calm with that pace of Diallo was crazy. Because Diallo brought the entire, and he went to overtime in all of his matches.
Yes.
But the pace never diminished at any moment throughout the day.
Like you knew, like I didn't know a lot about Diallo. I just got a message like, "Hey, I'm down to hop in the Grand Prix." Found out he lived in Virginia. I'm like, "Oh well, whatever." It's like, "Yeah, I'll come up." The dude's at 135, 45, and 55 in MMA. Aaron May got to make his pro debut. Black belt active scene on the IBJF, and when we made the seedings, and him and Cameron Milan had to go right away. So I was like, "This is going to be a tough one," and that's how I stand by it. At least our format, the Grand Prix is tough. Like the HCS Grand Prix, it's like if you were walking away with the belt, now when you look at these brackets that we've seen,
you earned that belt.
You've earned that. There's no doubt about it. You have no judge decisions, nothing. You earn it. When you go to the overtime with that, and you have Tom Block, like I rewatched the match. I started counting late.
Yeah.
The way they were moving side to side. Like Diallo had a hook in and took it out, went back to body triangle, whatever. I wanted to make sure 2 hooks were in and there, and you just saw Cam. Cam was shot after that match. I know he wasn't feeling that great, but I think the pace that Diallo just set was wild.
Yeah, when we talked to him in between the matches at the event, he like came to the booth. He's like, "Yeah, I just put the pace on because I know that there's not a time limit where I'll get tired." So I'll just keep going the entire time because usually they get tired, and which was correct until we saw Dylan.
Yeah, but the same thing, and then they both. And
Dylan changed up for that one because the other two he was kind of like waiting, but he knew that Diallo wanted to be aggressive, so he immediately just attacked off the whistle, off the jump with him. So it was interesting to see Dylan pivot after watching Diallo. He probably didn't know much about Diallo either.
No, besides luckily, he got to watch 2 matches.
Especially when you have like the MMA guy that's usually like I feel like the jiu-jitsu strict guys are always like, oh, they're probably not all that good at this format because they're not used to it.
You can tell
Diallo was breaking it.
I was worried every time Diallo was on his feet and he was going for his knee cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's gonna knock one of these guys out.
Yeah,
like he was.
Imagine if that guy could punch you.
Right?
No, I wouldn't want to fight him.
He's huge.
He's gonna. The fact that
he's gonna fight 35.
The fact that he was able to make 35. Is he gonna fight 35?
Probably fight. I mean, he made 45 for us.
He's got to go 45.
But like you could tell, and that was another thing. That's the first time I think we've seen 2 people really cut weight.
Yeah.
In the bracket, like we've had Kochel drop down to 55, and he said that was a tough cut, but he only is like 180, like 175. Like it's really not that. You could see both of them. I didn't put them on a scale, but they're 160. Like
that whole bracket was huge, except like Rua
and Cam.
Yeah, the rest of the bracket they were all by day of.
Well, Franco cut. For when
all of them.
Franco was first time making it in a year, and Franco's tall and
like we obviously we made them all weigh in. We got the video, like we saw the weigh in, but they were all huge by the time they got to the match.
That's the kid, and they both, and that's why I love the way we do our weigh-ins. Like, stay before virtual. I'm trying not to make it as hard, and I give you from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So there's no reason to ever miss weight for HCS. Right? You could even weigh in, say 6 a.m. You try, and don't send me a video if you're overweight. But if you send an overweight, I'm like, okay, you have until 6 p.m. to do it, and you can hydrate. Same boat. If you know you're having a tough cut, wake up out on weight. Weigh in at 6 a.m. and then you have until
if you're cutting
5 p.m. the next night.
If you're cutting a lot of weight, that extra 12 hours.
By the time dinner rolls around, you're a new person. You're like, and you can get.
You're already feeling better by the day before versus not feeling better until the day of. And
especially when you have that many matches that you got to get through, like
long matches.
We'll talk about HCS 20, dude. We're gonna have 16 guys in the bracket. That's a large day, but it's absolute, so no one's getting it. Yeah. So it's like gonna be whatever. And then Rua had another good. Rua's just he's special. Like the way he turned in the body trial.
That was crazy. We were watching that, and I was just everyone in the booth was like, I'm not exactly sure how to explain how he did it or what the technique there is, but he escaped while the body triangle remained completely locked.
Yeah, and I think that's from that was the benefit of him being a little smaller than Dylan. Like he was able to just rotate. But that match was awesome. We'll talk about that later. But like, I was. August is always tough to do a show. So when we were making the schedule out and the way we're ending this year, I was like, all right, I want to do another champ. I want to do a 145 because we had Ellis and all that, and Ellis is just Ellis is just getting back into training. He didn't want to commit the full bit. And you got to think we've missed some people. John Venom wasn't in. Kafari wasn't in. Freddie Pont wasn't in. But we now have a stable of guys where it's like it's tough. And I know Dylan about to have a baby, so he is going to let us know he might be a last second.
Yeah, and he has all the right to take that last
Absolutely,
second.
I guess.
One, he warned us, and two, you're Grand Prix champ, so if you want in, you're in.
But his wife
was at
what she said. She's like, yeah, as long as it's not that week.
And she was there in person.
Taking pictures. Very good content.
She was locked in the whole day just as much as Dylan.
Yeah, no. Dylan's and then they will be back in November. The whole Vanguard group, which it was good from the way we ended last year with Vanguard. You know, they didn't show up, regardless of what they did. But they've been loyal to the circle, and I'm glad they came back. And I think the way we changed up the pace, I think the addition of Matt and Joe to the booth have been fun.
Yeah, they're both good.
Joe's
exciting.
Fun. Joe's fun.
Joe's exciting. Hard to keep him on track all the time, but Joe's exciting.
When he gave out those bonuses,
he gave out more money.
Did he just pull that out from the?
He gave out 100, and
I think he looked at. I got $80.
He goes, I don't want to decide between the two. I have 80 extra, so one of you can have that, and that's how that was decided. Me and Matt in the booth both gave him an option. He goes, well, I don't want to pick. And then that was that.
Yeah.
So, Joe, good man. You'll be back at HCS 20 if we're giving out a lot of stuff at HCS 20. Yeah. We're gonna take care of our guys.
Anything else from 19? Bobbi had a good day. A good match.
Bobbi had a real good day. Yeah. That was Kiara really impressed at Ironman 4.
Kiara just did good this past weekend too.
Yeah, she won another war. Dude, she's on that black hole group. That's a tough group. Mike Wacker does a very good job up there, and Marissa Purcell's out of there, and Kiara. I mean, we're gonna get to see that again in October, hopefully. The way it goes out for the amateurs and team only. I'm just, Bobbi lost last year to Kim. Kim's pro now, so Maya Lang is not around for the female invitational. So it opens a lot up, but a Bobbi and Maya Lang would be fun.
Yeah.
But 19 was a good card. I was upset that we didn't get a team duel. It's our only card this year that we haven't had a team duel. But the Les Jiu-Jitsu was ready to go. We just couldn't get them another team. So they're going to move into the playoff in November.
Gotcha.
So they already have a group there, and they have some guys doing the amateur invitational in 20. So they're going to be in a good spot. You know, we're getting points from that too. So they'll be in a good spot there. We got a buggy choke within 45 seconds.
Uh-huh.
I love them.
Parvis is that kid is
Ever since
15 or 16.
Ever since Franco unlocked the buggy choke inside the circle, I feel like every card, people are just throwing them all over the place now.
I was like looking like
It's a great submission.
Sure.
It's so fun.
It is taking the world by storm, and it's avoidable, but it's also one of those subs like if you wait too long, it's it. Like it's tough. Like if you don't know, again, we're not going to talk too much because we're back into the competition scene. But if I know someone's going, I know how to react right away. You can't wait. It's not like an arm bar or another choke where you can kind of go out. Like you're stuck in that position. Jack Sudith made a good debut. He had a good lift toss. Good lift toss. Some content for us.
I think you can hear me in the background. I did like a ooh-wee when he sent that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Erin Burns.
Yeah.
Staying. She lost her first 2 matches. She hasn't lost. So
Yes.
It's 5-2.
I feel like every time she would come, she's like, "Thanks for having me."
She
did my job, and she's just like so nonchalant about the whole day.
Silent killer.
We have an exciting thing we'll talk about later, but like Erin is someone that's like, she just got a brown belt, right? And then we go back to HCS 10 when she hit Emily Sanchez, and I forgot what she called it, but it's something kata, whatever. It was a Kimura with her legs, and it was a beautiful submission. And she's like, "Oh, we've been working on it all week," and just the way how she's just again like she's a mom of 2 kids, like she has a day job, and she's like, we keep having the argument of that she's not at that level, and I keep on telling her, like, no, you are at that level.
Yeah.
Like like she is getting to that point where like locally it's gonna be tough, but like these bigger matches, she goes and she's just fun to have. But we'll have a nice announcement for her later. Yeah, I mean 19. No?
Yeah, 19 was a good card.
So got to go.
We talk about some upcoming outside of. We'll skip 20 for now, right? We're about to get into that. So, do we have a 21 poster?
No, it's too big.
All right. We'll talk about it. HCS 21. That is October. Our female only.
October 19th.
It's October 19th. Female only Grand Prix. What weight was that?
So we're going to do 2 Grand Prix.
We're trying to do 2.
Right now we're doing one that's 135 and under, and the 145 and up.
And that's $2,000. That's
Correct.
2 belts.
Correct.
We have 3 belts over here, so we're ready for it.
So right now we have a couple in each bracket. I do want to get it bigger. Again, I'd love to at least get 6 in each, and then it makes it viable. We would run into a scenario where if I only have 3-4 girls, listen, it's not maybe we combine it and we have an absolute. And the girls are around the same weight, so I think we have good. I'll even say Molly Zabrowski. She's in. Marissa Perselli is in. Ainsley Cox is in, and Maya might be making a trip back up. All right, so we already got 4 in the up. Under, Chelsea Map is making a return. Amy Lynn is always down. Dana is always down. And then it looks like Elise Shaw might be hopping in too. So we already have the basis. We only need 3 more in each,
And we can take more. It's not like choose the cap.
Oh, no, let's go. Like I said, if we do 16,
if it shows up and it happens, it's whatever. The more the merrier.
When we look back at our events, the female only was fun. Right now we have a partnership with the Paramount Gym, so it's a bigger venue. But we can bring them out. Again, the numbers I think are always subject to change. But we're also doing the amateur invitationals for the girls that day. So with that way, just keep applying. Everyone apply. Even if I don't want to go like we have a super fight that's already booked with Kim. She's in. We have a super fight for her, but she's tiny. She competes on 105, 110, so she doesn't really want to do the Grand Prix. So I was like, I'll get you a super fight. But for the amateurs, we'll look at the weights. We'll probably do what we did last year. We did under 125. And then look, maybe 45, maybe the upper weights.
And even if you're not sure if whatever types of things we're describing fit you, submit the application. We can find you a super fight. We can find something that you'll fit into. We're trying to make it as big as possible. Pretty much if you've ever competed for us and you want to be on the female only card, because those are always some of the best events, get on there. If you haven't competed with us but you wanted to forever, DM us, at least we could still talk about it.
Yeah.
Just hit us up. It's a day we're dedicating to the ladies of the jiu-jitsu scene, giving them their shine, their shout out. So it's always a great event.
Especially for HCS 21. Everyone's been hitting me up now to get on events. Listen, we put out our rest of the schedule. 20 is packed. If you haven't been competing with us or if you haven't been able to take a slot, there's really not much room. We have room in the heavyweight division. And then the absolute Grand Prix, like we're getting the names that we're getting right now, it's crazy. We got 14 people. I want to cap at 16. Okay. Then the female only, I'm taking all belts. So go ahead. November is the team duels. So if you're not involved in one of the teams, you're not going to get on the card, and then we're done for the year. So I don't know when we come back in 2025. I have talked about coming back with an Ironman early in the year, but the ones that you don't know, I'm a wrestling coach. So our season is based outside.
Our competition season does take a break, which you should know by now because it's done that every year. But we take a break, and it lines up with wrestling season.
So we like to stay active. I think between the move of the gym and the change of it, I think this year ended up being good, and I think we're going to end with a good year. I would like to do more events next year, but again, we're rolling.
You're looking for a heavyweight for the amateur invitational?
I am.
I don't know. Okay.
Right now for the amateur invitational,
I have a heavyweight who's been asking me when he can get on a card.
I got 2 spots.
He's a blue belt.
Where?
South Jersey. I don't know his gym there.
We have 2 spots at heavyweight and 1 spot at 165.
Cool.
Everything else is full.
As long as he's healed, because he ruptured his patella.
Don't be telling people out.
But no, he's back now. I saw him compete. He competed in a super fight like 2 weeks ago.
Everyone's hard.
It wasn't Men of War. I don't know what the promotion was, but I saw that he did a fight 2 weeks ago.
All right, well.
I'll let him know.
Okay, well, there you go. Some inside cooking here.
There you go. This is how it works. If you let us know, we can bring it up.
You're looking at the matchmaking process right here.
Sometimes it is, and most of the time it's myself in my head,
Yeah.
and then I come out with some ideas.
Sometimes you catch him in the corner, he's mumbling.
Yeah, you should ask.
So it's 21 then. HCS 22, our last card of the year.
Yep.
I don't know. Team duels.
Team duels.
Pro and amateur team duel finals.
So the amateur is going to be the playoff, right?
Yep.
So right now we have 7 teams locked, including Velez, that have competed in the season. There are rumors. So basically, if you had to compete with us, or we give you your spot, or I'm leaving it up to if you are a returning champ. So Vanguard and Dante, they are allowed to put in teams. If they do, then we'll figure out right now. Hammer Nation, 2 seed behind 215 BJJ. But
so right now, 1 bye.
If they would have,
yeah. But when Dante and Vanguard,
so there'll be 1
both
pigtail.
Would they have to?
No.
So we'll seed it.
We'll seed them.
So there'll be 1 pigtail, no buys.
Correct. Now, again, with 20 points are on the line. If you win the amateur invitational, you're going to get. I think it's 2 points for the team into your total. Every invite a team got, it's half a point. So each Hammer is going to be taking over. 215 has a lot of guys. Asbury has a lot of guys. So Tap House has some guys. So there are points that are going to change, and then we'll have the final seedings for the amateurs. And then the pros, if you got a team of 5, bring it. Kochel's in. He's putting a team together. I'm hoping, like he said, Vanguard's going to put a team together. I was talking to some 10 Planet people, and they were talking about putting a team together. Ensure Jiu-Jitsu at Connecticut is putting a team together. So we go. The idea is that's our last. It's a Sunday. We can start earlier, so we can get those cards out. Depending on how 20 goes, we're going to be the same venue. If I need to bring in 2 mats, I bring in 2 mats. And we just pack it out. The team duels are by far, I've been listening, is everyone's favorite. So I think it's going to be a lot of matches.
The most different, the most exciting. And it's a lot of matches, but they always go by quick. Like, you never watch the team duel. Because even though it's 5 matches, each individual match matters so much. And the team cares about that individual match so much that it kind of just flies by on the 5.
The intensity level is different.
Yeah. Because even when we do it and there's no one else in the gym, it's still loud with just the 2 sets of 5 yelling.
Yes.
Just that. So when we have fans coming and stuff now, the atmosphere goes crazy. No one else is doing this.
No, and
and competing with your teammates is always just different than when you're competing by yourself.
Correct, and that's why
you cannot care yourself if you win or lose. Like you went out there, did your best, but you're always going to care if your teammate wins or loses, and you're always going to be there for that. So you get way more hype, way more excited.
And I think that's why, like for the amateur, when I've made HCS, I want it to become a season play, right? Get as many matches as you can, whatever. So the academy season worked.
22.
All right, there you go, 22. The academy season worked. We had, like I said, we had 3 shows in a row that had the duels, and then we lost out here. But it's pretty, it was exactly what we wanted. So you're training with these guys every day, and that's what the wrestling aspect is. Like you're going to do what you need to do. Remember, I looked at, it's 5 guys, but you're allowed to have 2 alternates on the team. We had ours against Tap House. We had the 7, and everyone knew that there was a chance that they didn't compete, and if they were competing, there was a reason. I kind of used my advantage of being the wrestling coach. It's exactly where we went, but I slapped, hey, you have a job, go do it. And then when someone doesn't get their job done and the next guy picks it up, it's just an atmosphere. That was a team win, and I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great way to end the year. Like last year, we did the Invitational and the Pro Duels the same day. I think having this many duels all day long is going to be an advancement. Now, every year we look at the duels, it's normally a 4-man or 3-man. Everyone has to go against each other. No, it's going to be a bracket.
Yep. You could go one and done. If you don't show up, you don't bring it.
Exactly. So I think that's going to build to that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my number.
What we're building to our road to for this podcast, road to HCS 20. HCS 20, big number. We're going to do it big. HCS 10, for those who remember, that was our biggest event at the time. We brought it. We're blowing that out of the water this time.
That's the plan.
The venue's bigger. The events are bigger. An absolute Grand Prix on the line. Amateur Invitational. It's probably outside of team duels, the 2 biggest things that we do are Grand Prix and the Amateur Invitational. And now we're doing the Grand Prix of anybody can come.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Like anyone who's qualified, that it's open. So we're going to get all the heavy hitters from HCS that you know of, that you want there. They're all going to be there. And it's all on the line. HCS 20. It's going to be a crazy, crazy event.
So, yeah. So looking at, like I said, we have 14 people in right now. There are some people that are kind of on the fence, but I have faith in them. 10 out of the 14 are seeded. So there are 4 wild cards. These wild cards are savages. They are what you would love to see in jiu-jitsu enter the circle, and they've reached out, and I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. These are high-level black belts, high-level MMA fighters that are coming in, and we will be rolling these out as we go.
So those 4 don't get seeded.
We're gonna have to duck. We're gonna have to rubber duck them, but they got to think.
They're all fighting for the bottom seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then it matters. Like, all right, who do you get? Listen, I'll go right down because these are how we seed our brackets from HCS only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from off the list here, again, if you're watching this, you're going to get a little sneak peek as I keep on rolling these out. The 1 seed with 26 points in our system is Kochel, right?
The double champ.
12-0, 10 subs, 2 Grand Prix titles.
And I don't think anyone will give us any arguments that Kochel should be our 1 seed.
He's our 1 seed. Our 2 seed with 19 points, 10-3, 8 subs, 1 Grand Prix final, lost to Kochel. Zacks. Okay, he's coming back. Those are 2 guys that have been in 2 Grand Prix. And, Zach went in number 1 in the first Grand Prix, then lost, whatever. There we go. The 3 seed, we were talking about before, Kyle Myers is 8 points, 5-2, 3 subs with a win over Perez. 4, John Perez, 9 points. His only loss is to Myers. All right. The 5 seed is Nick Toscano. 7 points.
Mr. HCS.
4 subs. Okay. 6 seed, Alex Nemeth. 3-0. He has 5 points, 2 subs.
That's a big boy.
Okay. Jose Soto is our 7th seed with 4 points, 2-0, 2 subs. He made his debut last year at the duels. He just won his MMA debut, pro MMA debut. That guy is dangerous. There he goes. Our 8th seed is Tom Selmir. He went like
our original champ.
He's only 3-1. He's only lost to Zach. The 2 seed.
Tom, if you're watching, it's because you left us for Europe. You didn't give us much of an option.
And then
get your crown back.
The 9 and 10 are right now are tied, so we would have to do Actually, Tom and Jose are tied too.
So 7 and 8 are tied.
7, 8 are tied, 9 and 10 are tied.
Okay.
So we will end up doing a race or something to switch
Now, does
those
a
out.
belt come in as a criteria there? Just split that tie.
A belt?
Tom's
What belt?
former champ.
He's not a former champ. He won the main events.
Oh yeah, sure.
That
It
was back in the day
then.
when we were doing main
It
event.
was different back then.
So that's 9 and 10 right now is Itzo Bobbleades.
Sure.
I think
Itzo.
so.
Itzo.
Yeah, and impressive. He was 1-0 with 2 points, and then George Whitehead 2 points, 1-0 ish. Right, he lost to John in the qualifier, but that was
But
a
the different
match.
rule set. So.
And then why not? Right. Here's the 4 people that have 0 points right now. Okay, Sydney Outlaw. Okay, Sydney is out in Coconut Creek right now. Old training partner of mine. He's fought everywhere. He's looking to stay active. He wants to come out and give it a shot. Richard Gates, a brown belt local. I don't know much about him, but he's putting her name in. Nicholas Wiley is an HCS vet, but he's 0-1. All right, he lost to Luis Gurrera in a very good match. He had a very cool singlet when he was competing. So that's all.
That's
It's
an
a big
all-time
win.
ACS
For those
win.
who are in the Grand Prix, if you want the booth on your side, if you wear something cool,
Yeah.
the booth will be on your side.
And then this one's gonna be a fun one. Jabari Pacheco just put his name in. High level, I know, Jiu-Jitsu. How do we say that? No winner.
I have no clue.
Everyone knows winner, but again, very solid black belt and all that. And like I said, we have 2 spots left. Where there are some invitations out there that haven't been open. We are from recording this right now, we're 3 weeks away. A lot can happen, a lot of people can drop, but I love
We
this.
have a floating champ out there that may or may not get
Exactly.
a child.
Now look, if
Dylan
If
hops in,
Dylan
these
hops
seeds
in-
all change.
if Dylan hops in, I'm pretty
He's
sure
going to be top 5,
he'll be
right?
the 4 seed.
I would assume he has to at least get to the top 5 based on points, but
He was 2-0 going into the Grand Prix.
3
With 2
that's
subs.
so
So that was
5
4
and 0.
points. He's already at 4. So that already puts him above. What was that? So then he had 3 wins. Right. So that's 3 more points. That's 7 points.
And 1 sub? 2 sub.
2 subs.
2 subs.
2 subs. So that's 9 points. And the Grand Prix is 1.5. So he's at 10.5.
10.5.
So he would be the 3 seed.
All right. Dylan, there you go. You're going to slot in as a
That
3
seems
seed
fair.
if you join us.
That makes sense.
So he would be the 3 seed. Everything would move down, and the 1 to 3 seeds would be all smaller guys. But now then you run into the area like, okay, cool. Sydney Outlaw is a wild card. Bang, you get in first.
Yeah.
Like it changes. This bracket is going to be crazy. We will do something the week of, I think, to announce it, or the week before. And worry about these ties because
So say Sydney gets the 14 on that random generator and Dylan comes, you got Dylan Sydney round 1.
Yep.
That's the opening match.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Again, so it just adds.
So every match of this Grand Prix is not something you're going to want to just tune in for the finals. It is every match. And as our history with the Grand Prix, every single one of them has upsets throughout the way. We've never seen 1v2 in a final of a Grand Prix because it just doesn't. People get upset throughout the bracket the entire day.
And I think especially with this is like it's absolute, right? So a lot of we were just saying a lot of issues is when people have to pull out, injuries happen, whatever. People don't look at their schedule, even though I book you 3 months out. Regardless, we have enough, 1, that we can do a Grand Prix, right? But 2, it's an absolute Grand Prix. So I can make phone calls. You don't have to worry about cut and weight, whatever. He's going to be ready to go. And again, it's $1,000 plus ticket commission and stream commission.
Worst thing that happens is you get the jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, you get to be a part of the biggest show that we've ever done.
The best
And
thing
again,
that happens is you get $1,000.
With that ticket commission, that's on you. You can go 0-1, but if you did your part on the ticket commission, you made some money on like you did at least something.
And then with the venue we have now, we're going to have unlimited tickets.
We're not selling out the gym, so
Pack it out. I would love to.
whoever you want, bring them. But yeah, HCS 20.
So before we get into the invitational, we don't have to get into much. I do have an exciting announcement for 20. Leading into, all right, we're talking about Erin Burns, right? First question I had Erin, I said, okay, cool. It's time for you to be in a Grand Prix because she missed it last year. So, but whatever. Ends up she has a Europe trip in October, so she's not around. So working with AVP and everything like that, we want to keep on making our show a little better, and HCS 20 is going to be big. So I wanted to make it as big as I can. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. So make sure you tune in. We're gonna add up to the production value. But I was talking to Erin, whatever, and I think us being HCS 20, we want to show everything we have, right? We didn't have any girls on this card because it's a male Grand Prix and male amateur invitational. We don't have any team duels. So I said, Erin, do you think you can get a team of 3 together? She said, yes, I can. So she got a team of 3 together, and then Christina Babala getting a team of 3 together. We're going to have a 3-on-3 girls duels, right? All right, so we did last time. We haven't seen girls since HCS 9, right? We did that. I love that these are just, and they're all the other girls are newcomers, so we'll get more girls that are already said they're interested in for the October, so we're just building into it. But that will happen on the card. Not sure when it's going to happen on the card, but it's going to be fun, team duels and girls. Is what else could be?
Cards are subject to change.
Cards are subject to change. The 20s becoming, at the end of the day, right now we're looking at 42 matches.
Long day, but a good day.
It's not that long,
and for those who maybe you don't have the experience, we move through matches.
Yes.
We're not like any other promotion. There's not a number you can give us that we're going to say we're going to be there for too long.
So the show doors open at 4:30. Fighters are going to have to arrive at 2. Fighters, if you're watching this, be there on time. The faster you're on time, faster we get this going out, right? And if you're not there, we're moving on. And you, especially since this is tournament style, you're eliminated. That's how it is, right? I've given everyone good notice, like plan your travel now. And we're just going to roll. It's I think,
you are allowed.
Matches are start at 5:30.
You're allowed to show up a little early, fighters. You don't have to wait till the last possible second to arrive.
Yes. And it's we're working with Sentinel Performance where they have class in the morning, but like it's huge. So we're bringing them at the day before and all that. So our setup's going to take a lot out of us, and we have a big team effort. But I promise you, if you are competing on this card and you know how I've treated everybody, I plan on treating everyone very well. You're going to feel like you've made it because you have. We have a bunch of different vendors coming in. We have a full concession, okay? Brought to you by Jackson Memorial Wrestling, okay? All the money on the concession is going right to the wrestling program, okay? So we can pay for their singles and all that kind of stuff. So first time we'll have hot food and all that. We also have a new sponsor, Stretch with Hannah Knapsack, focused on deep tissue massages and fascial stretches, something, whatever. But she's going to be on hand for the fighters. Again, if you're going to win the Grand Prix or the Invitation, you got to win 3-4 matches. So if you're banged up, she's going to be there for you. Sappy Fit Soap's going to be in the house. Underground Nutrition is going to be in the house. Should be a lot of cool stuff. We have some gifts for the fighters coming our way. We're going to have sideline interviews. And regardless, again, we're going to put on the biggest show that we can. And I think it's just going to be the beginning of something fun as we continue.
Yeah. So that's everything coming up. But again, we said the best way to move forward and look forward is to actually take a look back. And we're going to look back at our top 15. We've come together as a team. We each submitted 5 matches that we think are our top 5. So we're going to show you the top 15 matches here. There's going to be a video that you can watch along with us, just like a fighter companion or something similar to that. We'll be talking about the matches, but when you're listening to this, pull up the fights, watch along. We're going to want you all to vote at home, all right? We're just putting out the top 15. We're going to narrow it down to the top 10 so we can announce that for everybody, but it requires all of you to vote. So whoever's watching, make sure you watch along. Submit even if we miss something, let us know in the comments, whatever it is, and then we'll do a vote so everyone can see top 10. But we're going to roll into that.
Yeah. So if you go on to the YouTube channel, go to the playlist, it says the top 15, and we put all the matches in.
YouTube top 15 playlist.
Join us. So, yeah. All right. So I was first up. The first match I picked was back from HCS 3, right? So 1 through 7, we started on Instagram, right? We did 5 matches at HCS 1. HCS 2, we had 12 matches. And then HCS 3 is when we made our debut on YouTube. And I think that's exactly where we started picking up steam. First time we did team duels and all that. But we also got to see, first one.
Mapa Pinto.
Mapa Pinto before Mapa Burns?
No, Burns is first.
Right?
Mapa Burns should be first.
Yeah,
that was HCS 2.
HCS 2, that's what I thought. As I said it, I was like, no, that's wrong. All right, so
I'm gonna use this break that hopefully you can edit out, but I'm gonna use
use the bathroom.
Okay.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm editing it out, but like
yeah,
you can go use the
You
bathroom.
do a bathroom, it's fine.
If you can't,
We're a live
It's-
podcast.
if
We're
you
not-
can't enter
it's
the
fine.
bathroom, sorry.
It's already in the.
It's already,
podcast.
there's nothing we can do about it
You
now.
said it before. You confirmed if we could.
I have a small bladder, everyone. I'm sorry. I gotta use the bathroom.
All right, so we're watching.
Yeah. So Burns map it up. We're at 22 seconds.
So this was the first female match between the two. Again, we were talking about Erin.
Erin, formerly known as Brinu, right? At this
Yeah,
time.
but I really because again she was married at the time, so
Oh,
she was
switched
just
her name.
competing underneath her
Gotcha.
maiden name, but now I switched everything to Burns because that's how we know her. But yeah, I think this match was fun. Again, it was another match that Erin didn't realize that she belonged here. Chelsea. This was Chelsea's debut, and
Mhm.
Chelsea kind of went on a tear after this. But it went back and forth. It was a fun match the entire time, scrambling. I think we went to overtime. I don't remember.
It's been a lot of events where this is HCS 2, 18 events ago. What, 2 years ago?
Mhm.
2 years ago. So, it's been some time.
March. No. Yeah, March. Of 22. So like this one was just. There's also new lessons. Like if you look in the background, you can see people. This was the first time that we had people come.
Mhm.
HCS 1 was only 6 matches on the iPad. We had 14 matches here.
But there wasn't commentators at the first one either, I don't think.
No, I don't think there's commentators in this one either.
I thought this was my first one.
Let's
Maybe
see.
3
I'll
was
put the
my first one.
volume on. There's
No commentators.
there's
So
no
yeah, still not
commentators.
even commentators yet. That comes in 3.
Yeah, this was because this is how we. I don't remember. I guess we went live on Instagram again for this, and then Mark.
Figured.
No, Weiss did 3.
Yeah,
We did a
yeah.
stream, so I guess we just kind of uploaded it. But I know we did do a live option. We have never been on a tape delay.
Yeah.
So we must have just went back off YouTube. Looking back at these, the old spot, man. It was literally perfect.
Yeah.
It was literally a perfect event. But again, you could see the mat came through, and you just look at these names. Like you look at the people in the back. Like Alex Emmons right there, TJ Salas, Sebastian. All these guys have been here from the beginning, and they goes.
And that just goes to show, like, especially as we look at the older events, like all the people who return consistently.
Small fridge over there.
Small fridge, okay.
All the people who return
That's
consistently.
a freezer, huh?
It's showing just that people like this event because they're willing to come back. And that should, for those of you who have ever been hesitant, look at all of the returning big names we get anytime we have an event that want to be a part of it.
Yeah. So
That's Jeter for anyone who can hear the scratching at the door.
you see the way that Chelsea just entered into the we call that the baker's dozen, but
I don't know if other schools
inverted
call
triangle, high bar, whatever you want to do. It's just
Do I like commentating on this one?
There's
No, but we just went. There's no
commentating. There's no commentating
there
at HCS 2. HCS 3 is first commentators.
I've done one commentary before.
Yeah, but I think that was when Zach couldn't make it. And I
Yeah.
think that's later. I think that's
Because I think
HCS
I remember
5 or
I
6.
remember commenting one of Chelsea's or commentating one of Chelsea's matches.
I wasn't at the first all girls card,
It was one
That was
but that
That was
might have
HCS
been
6.
Lydia and
it was the one that
Jen.
Jenna competed on because I remember
So yeah, no, that was female
I remember
HCS6.
commentating and be like, yeah, this is actually my teammate.
against Jumper.
Yeah.
So again, now you can see like the behind the scenes right now. This is how we kind of go back. There's been 666 matches or something along those lines.
So again, like I said earlier in the comments, if you know of a match that we failed to point out, so let us know. It's not that we didn't like it. It could just be that there's been over 600 of these, so we forgot.
567.
Sorry, over 500.
Yeah, it's crazy looking at the crowd and seeing like
Yeah.
all the veterans.
Jason Melendez.
Yeah.
There's just
Dave.
Gurrera's over there. And everyone's just like, they're all in. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's up. That's Erin's husband right there. Rob Schaefer just fell,
Diving into second point.
telling Erin to do something. Well, beautiful scramble here. It is weird watching it without sound.
Yeah.
but I don't want to put the sound on.
Yeah, because they'll have the sound at home
They'll have
too.
the sound
so
on.
they
And there's
don't-
no
yeah.
sound right now. You just gotta get the background.
You don't need to hear the commentators over the commentators with commentating.
You just get breathing.
You just yeah.
Yeah, a lot of random yelling
And
from the crowd.
background sound.
Which is the worst. I hate that at the gym. I hate when there's no music on and people are just rolling and all you can hear is them breathing. That's brutal.
Shout out to former ref Joseph Fields. Being content in his black polo.
He abandoned me. Now I have to ref solo.
It's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's.
You got me, you
there's
got
some other refs
Justin.
that play
Miranda's
last one.
making her return to HCS 20.
Oh, the Duck Hunter's back.
Duck Hunter's back.
Is she doing the female only as well? Is she repping for that?
I only got to 20.
One event at a time, man.
Because we need hands. Because I'm going to be a busy man.
Real.
Chelsea looking. She got it.
There's the
So she
top.
did finish her. It looks like Americana. And then.
But as you could tell, I mean, that was a back and forth scramble the whole time. But Chelsea, this is the start of her tear. I mean, she was.
This was the first one.
She was our first female to dominate the circle.
First win right here. You know. That's why. And that's how we got to look at Erin. Erin's still active.
Yeah.
She was the first one, and she said she wasn't good. Right? She lost her first 2 matches and hasn't lost since. All right.
So next one, Corey, if we're going
Now would be Mapa Pinto.
that would be Gurrera Cameron.
Oh, same card.
Yeah, same card.
Correct.
HS2.
I did pick this one as well.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So this one, both high level wrestlers. So when I made
David Gurrera, Cole Cameron.
all right, when I made this matchup, it was perfect for our rules, right? It was based off that. So I was like, oh, we're gonna get some cool stuff out of here, which we get some cool highlights out of this match.
Ben looking good in the polo.
In the polo,
I look
Is that a
skinny.
Zephyr polo?
This
that's
must
a
have
Zephyr
been-
polo.
this must
I'm
be
wearing a
just-
Zephyr polo.
I saw
too.
you were.
This must have been just before I fought because I'm looking skinny.
Yeah, this was March.
Yeah, my hair wasn't dyed.
You fought in April. So you just see David, like you went to go like belly to belly, and Cole goes on the back. You got Deanna Bennett.
Hard to out wrestle those Dante Rivera guys. They tend to be pretty good at that.
Well, yeah, this is when Cole was at Dante. Now he's at Asbury.
Okay.
You know, and he was going for the dark. Like he put Dave in some problems here. I do know Dave ends up winning this match, but they get into some fun scrambles.
Cole's a physical dude. I feel like every match you have with him, you're gonna be.
Yeah, you know,
You're gonna be going through it.
it's a back take. Cole's getting ready for. He's killing it right now in the May scene. And then like we're here wrestling, right? He's looking for a good lift
What a
onto the
match.
head.
That might have gotten called for a slam in high school wrestling.
Yeah, not in the circle.
I'm chewing the hell out of that gum. Focus.
And then here we go. We're playing the rules now, right?
Still
Keeping
in
the
there.
toes in.
And there.
Out of bounds. Look at that. Great stop there. Look, that was one of your first matches.
Yes, sir. And that's a neutral stand-up because we didn't have full position.
Correct. But where it looks like we're going
Oh, maybe I gave it to him.
top turtle.
Maybe I was wrong.
It looks like it look.
Maybe I made a mistake.
This is not just for you at home. This is for us to learn.
Yeah.
Now I would have stood them up neutral because you.
Sorry, Dave.
But
But it
I'm
didn't
glad you
work
end up
out.
winning here
yeah,
because
you end up
we
winning.
messed that up.
Can't really complain.
It was HCS2.
The only thing I rep before this was Little League baseball. So I've come a long way.
I threw out a
Good
a
single
dad
leg.
in Little League baseball once.
Really,
It was exhilarating.
it's got to be fun.
I felt so good.
I was too scared to throw people out.
He had 2 different sons in back-to-back games I was doing.
Mhm.
So by the second game, I was tired of hearing from him.
I threatened to throw a guy out once, and then he stopped talking. So it worked out. I didn't have to.
I threw him out, and the coach came to yell at me, and I said, "Coach, I can do that to you too."
Let's go. Yes.
I was like 14. Felt really good.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that to people at HCS. If you make me mad, you're getting ejected.
You got to put up a warning point.
Yeah.
And don't tell what the point's for.
Yeah.
And then here, I'm pretty sure this is when Dave eventually takes one of the arms down. Because Cole's about to defend this for a hot second. Watch, he gets his elbow out the center line.
I'm
And
terrible.
this is what we
Follows-
call as
Dude,
gross.
we think we're about to get out, and then he kind of goes right back into it. Dave just sticks to it.
You guys, and by you guys, I mean everyone who competes for me for HCS. You guys terrify me constantly. With
Now look, he gets that arm right back in and gets a tap.
You guys scare me with these arm bars, man. Please. We all have day jobs.
Hell of was mentioned. It was a good example of why our rule sets are all different.
Yeah. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but I just don't want to see an arm pop in front of me.
No, yeah, that'd be gross.
It's
I'm not typically a fan of joint injuries.
All right, so now
it's Mapa Pinto. We've been hinting it.
Hinting it.
It's
This one's
finally
on
happening.
this list. So again, so far,
What is it? Dr. Stringbean, right?
Dr. Stringbean. This
Dr.
was
Stringbean.
this was HCS 3. I think this event is what put us on the map.
And I think we have announcers here.
Oh, you know why?
They get uploaded different.
Yes.
Okay. There
We
were
don't-
announcers. You can't hear them, but there were announcers.
Yes. So when because Mark has this footage, but then we did live.
Yeah.
So that
There was
audio-
live commentary.
That doesn't
but not
come
recorded
until
commentaries.
AVP days is when
Yeah,
we're able to
until
bring
we
balls.
gotta up our game.
Is it live on YouTube?
Is that Vorbe back there?
This was This was HCS 3. This is the team duels.
That action.
It is.
Sitting.
Yeah.
Cool Rock doesn't answer his DMs. Called you out. You're definitely not watching this, but I just
No,
called you out.
probably not. But
So this match is fun because this is always the match that I use an example for what a stall is.
Yes.
If so, we'll point it out when we see it. But Chelsea gets a triangle on Christina, and Christina literally just slides her out of bounds to not get tapped. But that's why we start back into the EBI. This is also, I don't know when this match ends. They might go to the final overtime. This is back when we had the final overtime of sudden death.
Mhm.
So the bottom guy,
I mean, it's 16 minutes, so I imagine it's got
right? I
is this
think
one
they win.
16 minutes?
Yeah.
I just got to go all
It was just back and forth. Like Langton's Christina is actually on the talk, figuring out she's a doctor, so her schedule's a little tough. But she's hoping to hop in. So this may be a rematch that we
Could
see
be,
in the
yeah.
Grand Prix. You know,
I haven't seen Dr. Stringbean in a while.
the way. Dr. Christina, I'm going to nursing school, so in the future, if you know any positions that are open,
there you go. Slide it in now.
I'd really appreciate it. I don't think we've ever spoken, but you can use my
Ben's a quiet guy.
yeah. You can use my ref and qualifications.
Yep, we're about to get foot shot of the commentator booth that does exist.
I might have been in it.
Could have been.
Yeah, it might have been us.
Yeah, I think it probably was.
I think it
Were
was
you
definitely.
here?
I think this is one I'm at.
I saw Dad in the back.
Yeah. I think this is the first one I'm at.
You were at Dante. This is the Dante card.
That's you. I think I'm next to you.
I think it's you two, and I'm just
Back and forth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This match feels familiar.
There's George Pavilanis, all Jersey himself. Doesn't like any credit, but we give him all credit because he has paid
Mm-hmm.
every Grand Prix
So,
besides the first one.
so all of you thank him.
Zach Bohm did. He's inside the
Yes,
amateur invitational.
And Ben behind me. But Ben's not
Oh,
commentating.
Ben's out.
No, I'm just. This is before we did 2 refs.
Yes. This is before a lot.
There's Lady Hammer in the back.
Yeah.
Here's the stall.
There is someone that's banned from HCS.
And that's the example of a stall,
And right here,
folks.
yep. Look, she's just driving right out of bounds.
And it would be one thing if you just go out of
And
bounds,
stop. So yeah.
making an active attempt to defend the
So
submission.
look, and then you got
Look at Ben coming in.
I go to inform it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I leave before the awkwardness ensues.
And then
Hey, well, we're asking for clarifying questions on who the stall is on. He's confused.
Josh had to lay down the law.
and then someone I'm not going to name you, but who you are not allowed inside the circle anymore. He started arguing with me about the rules, and he skipped the rule meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him some.
Gave him
I give him a piece of my mind there.
That's also why I got to turn to these live events sometimes. Depending on who's commentating, there can be some interactions that are fun.
You guys see some cool stuff.
But yeah, so she got the stall call. She gets a start in the dominant position still.
There it is.
And now the stall call would have taken effect later.
And there we are. There we
Right in
go.
the corner. Let me tell you what, guys. Don't mess with Josh when he's running one of these events. He puts a lot of effort into it.
Great escape there, bud.
He's not gonna be in a good mood. I'll tell you that much.
Especially when you don't. Again, I get our rules. They're not complicated. There are a lot of situational rules that you need to be aware of. That's why we put everything online. That's why we have our rule meeting. That's why we ask you to be there ahead of time so you can come and talk to the refs.
And it's also ultimately all the things are a little bit different per situation. After you've seen all that, and whatever you heard about it, it's still something we can typically explain as it's happening as well. It doesn't impact what you're doing in the moment for the most part, as long as you're trying to actively do stuff.
Yeah, and then
So as long as you bring it, the rule sets will benefit you in some way.
And again, I think it was after this match. I think it was after this card is when we changed the overtime rule. When we
Reaction being there could make sense because he was a part of that.
Yeah. But regardless, these ladies just went back and forth the whole time. We kind of went off on a tangent here, but that's what happens.
If any of you watching are familiar with my sobriety journey, just to be clear, I'm drinking a non-alcoholic Athletic Run Wild IPA right now.
So for all of you that were judging Ben at home, suck it.
I have not fallen off the wagon. I am simply straddling it.
That's how good of a man I am. I keep them in my fridge.
Yeah.
But also, again, let's talk to Athletic. Is that what it's called?
Athletic, yeah.
All right, Athletic. We have an issue. All right. They are people there are sober and all that, and the only thing you do is make IPAs. Who wants to drink a non-alcoholic IPA?
That's facts.
Me.
No, you don't. You ask anything but an IPA.
Yeah, that's true.
And the only thing they had was IPA.
That's something.
It's gross.
Yeah, I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking the IPA.
The main reason people get into IPAs is because of the higher alcohol content.
Yeah.
Not the taste.
Which doesn't typically continue in your non-alcoholic brand, to my knowledge.
So it looks like we just ended regulation.
Yeah, regulation, and we're going overtime.
Look how low that coin flip was.
That was a good one.
I send it up.
But that was a good one. It rotated a lot in that short distance. He gave a good flick to it.
Yeah, I miss Joe.
Yeah, look how confident he is. Hopefully Joe checks us out. We miss you, man. You come back.
Joe Fields, if you're watching this, man, come train again. I miss you, buddy.
Come ref. You control the circle.
Yeah.
I like this Ben guy.
I want to retire from refing. I honestly think the main job for me should be like, you know how like in freestyle wrestling they have the guy that
the judge
that says yes, that's confirmed the call.
Yeah.
I think I get a throne and that's all I do.
But then we need VAR. We need to replay.
We have one.
I have a better idea.
AVP could replay
live
too. Yeah.
Now how
we won't. We'll never do it. I'm just saying if like we're in overtime, like yes, subs in or the positional change or something like that.
I have a better idea. Ready? You just become full Dana White. You have nothing to do with reffing, and I become that job.
Well, I have a question. Do you mean Dana White before the last 5 years or Dana White in the last 5? Because in the last 5 years, Dana White does nothing.
Yeah.
He shows up to fight.
He says John Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. That's what he does. That's the only thing.
Well, John Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. But Dana just kind of shows up to some of the events, and that's about what he does.
I am the only person that has not missed an HCS event.
I don't think he will.
Maybe more like a Chatri type guy, like every time.
I think where I'm leading into is where there's a lot of stuff outside of the show that needs to be done.
Yeah.
But yeah. My reffing days are coming to an end. I'm getting old. So,
yeah. I don't think that's
true. If anyone's interested in becoming a ref, please let us know.
I'll run you.
We are hosting. We will talk about this, but we are figuring it out. We're going to be having HCS only night training at the gym that we're going to open up to everybody. And if you are looking to ref, that is a perfect night to come and learn. And if you have issues about the rules,
come to those nights.
Come to those nights. Come get rules. We're there. I'll talk you through it.
You get to get familiar with the circle.
Yeah.
You can get beat up.
You get beat up or come beat us up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can see like here we're still getting comfortable with the resets and
good job taking command of the circle, making sure they're in the center.
They weren't center enough for them.
Better than me. I would have been like, you guys are good, whatever.
No, Jeter.
Restarts happen quicker now.
Oh yeah. You know what's crazy? After all the events we've done, you said 600 something matches.
567.
People still don't put the arm under the leg for the armbar spot. Yeah, I have to tell them.
No, every time.
Every single time.
And I get it. It's
Even people
modified,
have
but
competed
it's
for
not-
us before and done.
And then they have the same reaction. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? We just went over this.
And you say it in the rule meeting too.
Which I got my rule meeting down.
We have videos for you.
Down. We are going to be, we've been saying it,
I narrated it.
we are going to be doing YouTube short reels of breaking down each like round to help. Because again, I think our rules are fun, and I think our rules give a definitive winner. And like here, right now, right, we started in the EBI, but Chelsea has that arm, so she's still in control. Good. Oof. Time,
Next
right.
time,
And we go to ACC, I believe.
I would assume.
Or did Chelsea get out? No.
No, it was double right up.
It looks like she was asking Mark some questions.
Yeah, I'm assuming her coach was near the camera. I don't know. For those who do come, if Mark happens to be there, you can ask him questions. That's
He
fine.
knows
He
nothing.
He's not going to answer them correctly, but you can ask.
Yeah.
Unless they're Yu-Gi-Oh questions,
Yeah. Mark's a
Magic.
great guy, though.
magic questions.
Magic.
He can answer a Yu-Gi-Oh
I don't
question.
know, but he does magic.
But yeah, magic's the real thing. If you have Magic the Gathering questions, he'll answer them.
It's so crazy being on TikTok and getting like an unexpected
Mark
ad.
video, yeah. And all of a sudden you look at it like, why does he have 40,000 likes?
Yeah, it's like I know this guy.
Because he makes inappropriate comments
He
about
does.
sliding stuff.
Yeah, he does. Mark, I do think Mark does want to have sex with some of the Magic.
And
Which I
look,
respect.
you know that poll
Pesky
was
poll.
it
Was a hazard.
It was a hazard. It never really came into play that much, but it was definitely
Was it the way
Pesky poll.
if someone made it in the way?
what?
It was in the way if
Yes.
any of the fighters decided to make it in the way.
So we've decided the ideal arena for HCS, right? We're going to take from CJI because they had really cool with the pit, but we need like a circle still, and we still need out of bounds. I want to make like a half skateboarding bowl.
Half pipe that you.
So like the wall is tilted, but the opening is still there. So we have out of bounds there and there. So if anyone
Who wants to build that?
build that, let me know.
For $0.
$0.
You're not getting paid.
Oh, whoa.
You get
can give him a
unlimited
high
entries.
five.
You get unlimited entries into Ironman tournaments
Yeah.
for life.
You get my respect.
I'll make you a batch of cookies.
But yeah, I think that's it. That's the idea.
Okay.
We bring it to an empty pool or anything like that. Lords of Dogtown. So as you see, we're kind of just talking here. We're not really looking at the matches. Make sure you're looking at the matches. We've watched these matches.
I was there.
Christina and Chelsea was a very exciting match. It was a longer one. So it belongs, I think, in the top 10.
Yeah.
And that's why I put it in there. But you vote. You let us know. And if you don't really vote, then we end up deciding what our top 10 is. But yeah, we're still here. Like Chelsea has a good job keeping her off the hip. See, I don't know where we go though. I'm committed to knowing how Chelsea wins.
I think it's a submission, but I don't really know.
I don't think she does in the ACC, which we're coming down to. Huh? Coming out the back. See, like this is an interesting spot. I think Christina should have went more like knee cut. Bring it instead of bringing your leg up here because now Chelsea's gonna go out the back and now you're not gonna be able to get the dominant position. Up.
It always
Oh.
makes me so nervous.
Just get the leg out.
It makes me so nervous when people play like close to the.
No, she doesn't.
Up. Ah. Joe's probably freaking out here. I
Yeah,
don't know
this
if
is
it's
too close.
That's how I felt at 19, bro. When Rua and Dylan were near the fence.
You just tapped Joe there to inform him of something. I just watched you walk by, give him a tap.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Final.
I think it's final overtime.
Yeah. There you are.
Yep. So this is when back in when we did final overtime where
Josh had to make a boss move real quick. He
Bottom.
had to come out and let them know personally.
just wanted to make sure they understood. I hate when I would just wear socks. What a loser.
It's a good look.
So the bottom guy just had to survive here. So then you got to pick. And then, and because I came out because Christina has a stall on her because she pushed her out of bounds. So Chelsea has the choice.
And Chelsea chose defense.
Chose wisely.
So she probably gets out.
No, bottom person just has to survive.
Oh,
Track this thing.
she still might get out.
She might get out.
That's brutal. Oof.
It's pretty high on the face though. Like she just attacks the cheekbone.
I hate that. I hate when people do that to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look comfy.
And it's just like a neck crank at this point.
Yeah. I hate when people do that to me.
But I mean, settle.
But you can just survive. I'll tap in the training room, but competition is different.
I think you got to practice not tapping.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, put him in a neck crank next time you train. But don't let him tap.
That already happened this morning.
This morning.
But you're not allowed to tap.
Josh had
He didn't tap. He did a
I
good job.
didn't. Yeah. Josh had me in a mounted guillotine. I used the kip escape to get out. It was nice. It hurt, I'll tell you that. But
Yep. So there you go, Chelsea.
There's the win for that.
Look at that.
And now we're going to move to HCS 8, which was a popular card for us. We have 3 fights on this next one. First one is, it could be any of these, but we had the All Valley final, which would be the last one. Shiomos, Nottingham, or
Polito and
Polito, Esparra. So you can pick.
So we'll put Polito and Esparra on. I put this one on. This was a fun one. This was at the end of our Ironman. All right.
there's me right in front of the camera. I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah. AVP was like, get this out of here.
Who else was
Or a button down.
Who else was in this Ironman? Oh, homeboy from Open Mat, but not Bo.
What?
Mook. Mook was in this Ironman, so like they both beat Mook. And
Intern.
They both finished. Intern. He doesn't train anymore because of head trauma. Yeah, that's it, Ryan. I'm giving you shots.
But now he uses her name. So
So this one was just a fun one. Didn't this end
you put it on the list.
in a weird? It ended in a weird final. Another reason why we've looked back
I'm gonna
and
go pull
changed the
it down.
rules.
Using the balcony, pulling them in now.
Yep.
I like it. That is something I do frequently.
Keeps on going. I mean, this was just good scrambles.
Yeah. What weight was this?
45.
45.
Now, Polito is someone that kind of just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I know he got into like a motorcycle accident.
God damn.
I mean, he's okay.
Yeah.
But I know he wasn't allowed to train for a while. I really haven't heard anything from him. But that's someone that just took. Like we were trying to get him in the.
He was on a tear.
Yeah, we were trying to give him in the invitational. He might be 4 or 5 in the circle.
Yeah.
And you can see Cassella in the corner over there. Last time we saw him. I mean, this was fun because this is the first card on EVP, right? So we probably had him.
Looks so weird. That out here.
Keep the heavy soda pressure over.
Yeah, there you go. So we got audio.
Really good.
We got JT, Taylor, and Zacks inside the booth. So this was just a fun, it was a fun, exciting night. You guys are repping the Kinetic shirts because they sponsor the Grand Prix, which the owner of Kinetic is in the Amateur Invitational this year. So it's a fun little addition. The guys were just going at it. And Dakota is another person that kind of fell off the face of the earth. And now he got his purple belt. Every time I talk to Dakota, I was like, can I do heel hooks? I'm like, no, you can't. But now you can, so I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Probably don't train somewhere in Long Island. Hampton's Jiu-Jitsu. Somehow, man, this info still stays in my head. It takes a second, but I figure it out. Yeah, we just went over. We do have commentators in this one.
Oh, nice.
This was our first show with AVP.
Nice.
You know what I'm excited for?
No.
My hammer challenge series.
Yes, I'm gonna order that. Which our merch store is live, make sure you go to our website. We have t-shirts, the House Party Grappling, HCS, and an HCS hoodie. But thanks for reminding me. I will order.
Thank you. I'll be modeling it.
Probably not by HCS 20 though.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Is anyone drinking along at home? Cheers.
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 We are not sponsored by Bud Light, but Bud Light if you want to.
Oh, if you want to, I will dress up like a knight at all of the commentating.
Like a night.
Yeah, Bud Light Knight.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
have a
favorite
land.
version. That's my favorite version.
I would go to Land Shark. Land Shark is good.
Classic.
Any beer company, really, if you want to sponsor
Again,
something.
our channel is not made for children. So
Yeah, athletic. Hit me up. I can be a sponsor for you guys. Zin maybe.
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. Anyone.
Ben is willing to sell.
We
out.
actually have sent out a request to Liquid Death for hoping.
Yeah.
Any sponsor that wants to be on with us, Gianni's Pizzeria.
We all are willing to sell out.
Anything
For
you want.
you.
Anything you
For a
want.
lot of things I do for money. No Diddy.
No Diddy. So
Thank
I
you for the
guess
clarification.
No problem.
I needed that.
that's training and teaching these young generations. I learned so many words, and especially now being in high school.
Well, that one's new, so
Did he?
yeah, they're new
Oh,
from this summer.
oh.
He just got caught, so it's not we know that.
like P did.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
no, he did, yeah, no Diddy.
No
I
Diddy.
get it.
He's
I get
basically saying he doesn't touch children.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't do that for money. That's his line.
No, yeah.
Understood. All right. See.
Anything that P. Diddy did, I don't do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared of the high schoolers and what the words they're going to
The
say.
words they
Well,
say,
We're not going to
wow.
know what
No, I'm
what
just-
thing that they're talking about.
All right. So we went into overtime here.
That was like a cool slow-mo shot.
Yeah, I don't
Camera,
know
like,
what's going
slowed
on
down,
there.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we used AVP. So a lot of times when we transfer it over, there are little lags because it comes from the live.
It's fun.
But even just look at this camera angle, and then as we get later on, the AVP production.
Every time they show
way
up, every time they show
New
up,
toys.
AVP, they bring a new camera.
New
There's always a new camera.
Yeah, we have some cool stuff planned for 20.
New camera, new monitor, new something. Always, every time. The setup has never remained consistent.
Oh, this ends in ADCC, and
Okay.
it ends up in a weird spot that like Dakota didn't know. He lost.
It's always crazy when people don't go body triangle from the back in this position.
Well, then you have situations like this and Rua. Like he's doing basically what Rua did.
Yeah, but he might come out the back, which is even crazier.
Good spin there.
Grabbing his rash guard. With the full bend.
Really
He's
good.
out.
Really good job on Michael Polito there. He's never stopping.
Or does he write him out? I don't know. I know Polito wins.
So he couldn't write him out. Horseman.
Those socks look comfy.
Way too hot for
Yeah.
an HCS man.
What's your first one, Ruffin? This was in December, so it wasn't that hot in there.
It was also the old June, so it never really was that hot.
No, it was only really, really, really cold for the last minute.
Yeah.
He got out.
Now if you're in the new one, you would bring some water and a fan or something. Because it gets hot in there, I'll tell you that.
He thought he won, but he did not.
Time does not matter.
Time does not matter in the first. We do have our new rules by though.
Yeah, we took a jump here. 5 events.
No, this is 8. This is 8. Yes,
From the last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here I come, explaining everything. Make sure what's going on.
That's right. Stay off my mat. I'm kidding. Please don't hurt me, whoever said that.
I was like when the coaches come in yelling, but the fighters clearly were ready.
Yeah.
That's a crying baby back there.
And if you hear that, that is awesome. You will see him at HCS 20.
There will be a baby mascot at the event.
Don't go near him.
You don't get to touch him, but you can look at him from afar.
He will be at the tickets. Remember, all money is going right to his diaper fund.
Facts.
If you don't pay to come, you not only hate Josh's specific child, you hate
hate
all
all
babies.
Yeah. You don't want any of them to have diapers.
Good shot. Ooh,
That's
ooh,
all in.
no. Ooh, there's that
I
pole.
was gonna say
That pole used to get in.
Pole got
Lot of
involved.
that, Yeah. And you just see at this point, like Polito is just like, oh, I'm gonna go all gas right now. Dakota's got nothing. Dakota wanted to start on the butt before he even got there. And there he goes. Like it's crazy. Look at this. I mean, this is still good quality, but like, look how grainy it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like when we get to the other, again, this is HCS 8.
AVP really upped their game.
They did their third grade. And again, we're gonna have
We love AVP.
we're gonna have some, like I said, cool stuff. Buy the pay-per-view. Tickets are on sale now. If you can't make it out, but come out. You'll also be able to see. Well, screens up. It's gonna be cool.
Almost a back take.
Almost a back take from Dakota. Again, just back and forth, big high leg over here.
The slow-mos are
Oh
cool.
my god, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know they're on purpose, but they're cool.
Yeah.
Especially like in this moment when something's actually happening.
Listen, no.
Does he take it? Oh.
Side control.
Game. And there he goes. And Ben with the confidence. See? No, Ben, you're ref and you're
stuck.
You're stuck.
I don't like when you guys get mad at me. And by you guys again, I'm the fighters. Don't get mad at me.
They're always going to get mad.
Yeah.
Next one should be Nottingham and Shiomos. And I picked this one. The first one non-Josh picked.
There you go. Why'd you pick this one?
First
First time I ever had to defend.
It was our introduction to Nottingham. And it was a big upset at the time. So this is
1 seed versus 8 seed.
This is 1 seed versus the 8 seed. We don't know much about Nottingham going into this. Shiomos is coming in as our most experienced HCX competitor at this point. Undefeated going into this.
Yeah, I think it was 5-0, 6-0.
I think it was 5 or 6-0. So we're all expecting Shiomos to win here. But this is what I was saying. This was our
This was our first match at the Grand Prix.
First match of any of our Grand Prix ever. So this was our introduction to literally anything happens during the Grand Prix. And then obviously since Nottingham has been involved with the HCS part of the Hammer team, but we weren't ready for it here. But he's able to pull off a big upset here.
Yeah, he pulls out the big. I mean, Nottingham, and then he only came on like one other time, and then he was on the HCS arena qualifier, but then he got staff and he wasn't able to make it to the arena versus HCS card. That again, team house party, just putting it out there. We thought, but yeah, I mean, again, that's why I like when we talk about these wild cards that enter. When these wild cards, they're all black belts.
Yeah,
or professional MMA fighters. Like it's not like, oh, here he's a bum. So it kind of, your seed helps you, and I do look like the fact that we have 10 people that are seated at 20. Great. If we kept it a normal Grand Prix at 8, like we're good. Everyone's there. But
and Shiomos was attacking early here. It looked like he was going to win to start off. He's getting down positions, has submissions put on.
look how young Zach looks too.
New hairstyle.
It's only 2 years.
New hairstyle.
I
Yeah.
have a tattoo on my right arm. This must have been 2021. I don't think I
No,
have my right arm
2022.
tattoo yet.
It's 2022, December of 2022.
December of 2021.
Mhm.
Oh, I got my tattoo.
December 8th,
I got my tattoo in 23, I think. Yeah, I did.
We're entering the last quarter of 24.
Yeah,
We're entering Q4.
we're fun.
Where's the time go?
We're having fun in the house party. Out the window. There's no windows in here. I think he gets it right now, right?
He submits right.
He gets like a heel hook for it. Is that a double trouble? What does other people call it? Some kind of flower. And then I'm also like, listen, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I understand stuff. I'm not great with names.
Well, also,
So when
it doesn't
people-
help that every gym has a different name for the same
area.
move.
And I'm very simple-minded, so my students are very simple-minded. So I name things that are easier to get. Cloverleaf, that's what they call it.
Yeah, if you're going into Japanese, my brain turns off. I'm not remembering that shit.
Or like the only Portuguese we use is kombucha.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
You gotta get Justin on that train. He
What
says,
language-
What language is
he
Kimura?
says fight.
Kimura?
No, it's
I'm pretty Japanese.
Justin says fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Last card I noticed that he wasn't saying kombucha.
You didn't get it. Come on, Justin.
Little does everyone watching this know that I'm actually fully Portuguese. Josh didn't even teach me that word. I just knew it. I knew it from growing up in Portugal.
He's lying.
Again,
don't know
I
if you
hope
hear the
we're
whisper,
all.
but I said he's lying.
Yeah, I'm hoping everyone heard all this audio.
Yeah,
This
if
is
you
gonna
don't
be
hear
really
any of
bad.
this, then it won't be aired.
No, if you don't hear it all, I will just voice over everything in the back end.
Okay.
And like, this is what happened here.
Just put on subtitles.
I wonder if I
If
can.
if they can't hear us, the subtitle thing probably doesn't hear us either.
No. You might be able to. You might have to manually enter a few.
There's got to be a subtitle option.
Yeah.
Everything can be subtitled nowadays.
It's probably just me that they can't hear. They'll probably hear both of you fine. They'll be
Well,
like,
then maybe you should speak up.
Start yelling.
they'll be like, why is that guy just sitting in the corner?
I don't know, man. Again, this picked up a lot of audio at
We tested it.
Ironman.
For those at home, if this isn't going well, we did try.
So this match went way longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm. I also thought it was. I guess we're still in the opening period.
I mean, it's a
Oh,
little
there
over
is
2
yeah.
left,
So they're only going for 4
and
minutes.
maybe. But I'm pretty sure it's a leg lock.
I think it is too.
I feel like almost 50% of all submissions that happen in the circle are leg locks.
Yeah, or people go to sleep.
I'm okay with those. I don't like when joints pop. When someone goes to sleep,
Yeah, you're fine.
they wake
Oh,
up.
I think here it comes. Oh, maybe not. Oh, slow-mo.
Sick. Oh, maybe here.
Another great match. Over here was Cockel's first match
Yeah.
against Matt.
And Kochel had a good one here with Rua too, right?
No, that's not this one. That's
What is the next one?
We have not met Rua yet. And there's the tap.
Sorry, Zach. I was a little late on that one. It's my fault.
Well, there's slow-mo there too, so that could have been
That's
like
true.
an actual second.
That's true.
But yeah, so that was our just introduction to upsets can happen. And then the next one later in was our All Valley final. We had Kochel versus teammate Michael Villeneuve. And this one's less about the match itself because they like into it or like joking around because they're teammates. It was just cool to see two teammates make it to the final. Kochel is the 2 seed, so someone we expected there. But Villeneuve, we hadn't seen before. He was a 5 seed. He was the 5 seed. Upset Sebastian his first round. Then Nottingham just beat Shiomos, so I'm assuming that Nottingham's going to go, but then Villeneuve beats him, and we get an All Valley final. We asked them what they were going to do with $1,000. I think Kochel said he was going to buy him dinner on the way home. So it was just cool to see two teammates go against each other in the final of a Grand Prix, with one of them being kind of an unknown.
And then
Less match related.
yeah,
than
and then
situation related.
you'll see it like I think I'm pretty sure Cockel's grandmother sits in
That's it. I
or
didn't. Yeah.
or I know they have coaches that like it's girlfriend, mom, whatever. It's something mixed that you'll see in the kind of talk here.
They're still, even though they're teammates, they still.
They went at it for like 2
They went-
minutes,
they
and
went
then
at it.
Yeah.
you could just tell what happens regularly. In
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
room.
say it was one of
Like
those.
it was new. Like you're not beating me.
Villeneuve going into the match was probably thinking. I was like, well, I don't beat you in the room. I don't know if I'm gonna beat you here, but
He came out with
he
the
came out
with the
with-
hat.
I think I
with
just,
Cockel's hat on.
Yeah, I think I just smiled the whole time throughout this entire match.
And I said, no, you can't compete with it on.
They're wearing matching uniforms, of course.
Well, then they come. Oh no, Mike wasn't on the Valley team. He went away. Which I'm talking to him right now about hopping in the Grand Prix or just coming back in general. When I'm not as fat, and I said, well, good thing it's an absolute. The extra weight will help you.
Yeah.
So again, I just put you on blast because we haven't seen him. You know, after this, he came back one more time. And then he took a hiatus. After this, he showed up at HCS 10. He was at 10. He went against Logie. You see, right now they're switching people in the corner and stuff like that. Like when I looked at the timestamp showed like the whole match is 6 minutes. Like the whole, I was like, oh. Like,
No, yeah, I remember
the
the
match
topic,
itself
yeah.
is like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hubble for this one.
Again, it was just, it's the first time we crowned a champ. give out $1,000. It's our first. It was the end of our first year. Right, we ended up on a pay-per-view platform, and
Villeneuve was also just super small
yeah,
compared to Kochel.
this was the
Compared to the weight, really.
75. Which at the end, it's Villeneuve would just say, "Just do it."
Yeah. Also picked it because it's our first time we crowned Kochel.
Is there audio for the Just Do It?
So I mean, I don't know how. It's really not that loud. I don't know how bad it's gonna feel. Sound.
I mean, if the sound's bothering you, mute the stream you're watching and then just put our sound on. That's probably what Joe does.
Rogan?
Yeah, you probably can hear.
Well, they don't. No, they're not allowed to use the.
I mean, oh yeah, true.
They
Copyright.
can't use. Yeah.
We own this, so. But yeah, if it's bothering you, mute one of them.
Yeah. If it's bothering you, it sounds like a you problem.
It is a you problem if it's bothering you.
Again, we're just trying. We're
You have the
doing
ability to
stuff.
mute either or both.
Again, strong possibility. I go watch all this stuff and nothing worked.
Yeah, sure. That'd be really funny.
Yeah, Kochel kind of has him trapped in dangerous positions for the majority of the match until he decides to finish him.
Cute little duck. Yeah, I think this was 175. I mean, he's 175 and 55 or 60. Was it 60?
I don't know. It's one of them. And whatever it was, Kochel won.
I think it's 60.
And there it was, yeah. We're all laughing because you can hear him say, "All right, just finish me."
Get a rare clap out of me.
65. So, with that being said, I was thinking, that's what I thought about it. So he's 65 and 55. Making a 175 bracket next year would be fun. There's some guys that can come back in and all that. So,
We have it.
that was the end of the year one.
Yeah, and then so we go to HCS 9.
For
We had Lydia.
all right, so that was in the
Jackie.
wild. That was in the, so if you're looking at it, you're gonna go to the Villeneuve era versus wild cards. I'm gonna have to
Villeneuve versus wild cards. And you skim ahead
use Zoom.
until you get to the Lydia.
The first
Jackie.
match is Nicole versus Jenna.
I'm gonna have to take another Ben break.
That's
I'll be back.
impressive. He peed before this started too. I didn't. At least I didn't pee before.
So
this
they're the
started.
last match. So
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry,
go
bud.
to.
You're gonna sim a lot, Ben. All right, you're gonna sim to the end of this. We'll tell you the timestamp when we have it.
Looks like the match starts 7.
7:04. Yep, there it is. 7:04 on the timestamp.
So this match I picked. Pretty sure she was in the top 10 when we did it the first time. We met Jackie. Lydia won at HCS 6 in the main event for the all female. And then this was just literally they just went at it on their feet this entire time.
And Lydia always
the
down to
judo-
compete, but you also know her probably more for the booth work at HCS. She's shops in a lot. She coming back?
She's dealing with some injuries, so we're hoping that we think she might be having a surgery
Okay.
around there. But I'm leaving the seat open because we love her there. And if not, we'll see what happens. We have again, it's gonna be cool. Trying some things.
Lydia going for her judo roots.
So this match was ended up being on the Jiu-Jitsu magazine. When Jiu-Jitsu magazine didn't reach out to us for some content, we sent this one out. Like I said, this was the first time we did female duels, so that was fun. We're doing that again, HCS 20, just a one-off for that one. It's just tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to find girls, and it's even tougher to find teams.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, this booth was me, Laura Kent, and JT Taylor. Where were you? Sweden? No,
Could have been.
that was
This is.
yeah. This was
Is this the last?
2023
So it's 9 the last.
March.
No,
this was
I was in
HCS
Sweden in
9.
November
This was HCS 9.
of 23.
This was March of 23. Puerto Rico?
I was probably in Puerto Rico coaching.
Yep.
Either Puerto
What-
Rico or Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania.
Slippery Rock.
That's where conferences were.
That's where the Puffins live.
I don't think I was here either.
Huh?
The Puffins.
Who are the Puffins?
It's Puffin Rock. It's Austin's favorite track.
I don't know what that is.
Actually, no, they're based at Puffin Rock, but I'm pretty sure it's Slippery Rock.
Slippery Rock is right near Pittsburgh.
So no Puffins there?
Puffins are in Iceland.
Puffin Rock is Austin's favorite. Yeah, I don't think.
Like the animal, the puffin,
Yeah, it's a
then it's in
puffin.
Iceland.
It's like a penguin.
It's not in the United States.
At all?
Puffins are only in Iceland, and then they fly somewhere warmer for the summer. But Iceland to the United States would be a very
Why do you
far
know so much
flight.
about puffins?
I went to Iceland. They only have like 3 animals. It's very cool. I ate a puffin.
You ever had the puffin cereal?
You ate a puffin? Don't tell us.
I don't want to hear that.
It
That's
tasted like roast beef.
No, it's a puffin.
You ever had the puffin cereal?
Yeah, no, those aren't in the United States. They're an endangered species of Iceland. Not endangered.
It's like a penguin, but
They're a pest of Iceland. That's what they are.
anyway, back to Lydia and Jackie.
What, these aren't puffins?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Jackie back for the Grand Prix.
See Miranda there?
It'd be fun. Oh, Marissa did ref a lot more, huh? Yeah, this match was just back and forth. They went to final overtime. They ended up being like a 9-minute match. And kind of ran.
Should we be looking to skip around for time purposes?
That's what I'm saying. I think we're
We
good,
get the
right?
point.
So we get the point. That was
Sure,
the
yeah.
HCS.
Again, you
It's
can
a
watch
great
all
match.
you want. It's in the clip. So then next should be, I'm seeing 14. When's Ironman 3? In terms of
That would be
numbers.
next. That'd be April. That'd be
All right,
next.
14, 15, 18.
All right, so we'll do Ironman 3.
Yeah, Ironman 3 should be next. This is also my pick.
So this is, I don't have to skip around because it's the first match of the tournament.
And we could sim later into it. We can like talk about it sim to the end because that's when happens the last second of the match.
Oh, in the match.
Yeah. But so specifically from our Ironman 3 tournament, we had our first gi match ever.
First ever game match.
And it was our very own captain up against Jabari Lofton. And this was a fun one because we had reservations about the gi. Typically, again, the main concern is that gi matches can get boring. So we told both of them, like, if you're going to do it, you're going to be the first one. You need to bring it and show these other gi competitors how to go. And they did. And it's the perfect example of any fight can end at any moment.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I was not expecting it.
Jabari, and as he's proven, because he also did it twice on the same card.
Yes.
His 2 submissions in under the last 10 seconds.
Well, this was the debut. Like, this was that's why, like, we love doing the Ironmans. We met Anthony Rua through that. We met Matt Brondi through that. We met Billy LeMay. We met Jabari Lofton. We meet a lot of, Bailey Kumo now is going to be this year. Zach Bohm is going to be this year. Tamir, the Ironmans kind of bring them out, and that's why, like, we do it. It's a cheap tournament to enter. Smooth comp. I get as many matches as we can, and they count for your seeding. Jabari's going to be the 1 seed on 145 for having as much action he does.
Pulled guard there. Should not have pulled guard.
We went over this, right? We're done pulling guard.
I'm not a guard puller. I'm a halfway decent wrestler, and for some reason, he kind of threw up that he pulled that armbar on me, and then I was kind of going to be like, yeah, hey, I can do that too. Clearly, mine didn't work as well, but
yeah, Jabari, just like he's the type of competitor you've seen from his other match. He's going the entire time. There's never like a moment of rest or break or whatever. He's pushing the action the entire time, and he doesn't stop. I know you were excited about the overtime possibility. I think you even told me you were calling out an overtime win.
yeah, yeah.
But then there's
Here you go for
1 second left submission.
Yeah, I threw up a buggy here. I learned how to do a buggy from Andrew Franco like a couple weeks before this, and I was like,
Honestly, no. I think this was before that.
was it?
Yeah, because I think Franco came in right before the Grand Prix, and this was like April. But anyway.
But then I learned it from Instagram. So I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? Let me try this real quick.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Did
But
not work.
it was pretty tight. I liked it pretty tight. But Jabari was like, I don't want to use strong because I think sometimes calling people strong in jiu-jitsu denigrates their technical skill.
But he was strong.
But like,
Dude, he's athletic as shit.
it's just like this position here in side control. Like he was so strong. Like and you know, like the position itself was so technically sound. You know, it wasn't just him being strong. Like that side control was miserable to be in.
I try my best to not be biased.
Yeah, no, it happens.
Alright, well. Yep, it was a good match. It was the first ever D match.
All right,
We gotta show the last second submission.
Oh, you want to see it? They don't see it right now anyway.
Huh?
They can't see it. You want to watch it?
I
You want to watch
wanna
Ben
see- yeah, I
Tap?
wanna
Oh,
see
all
Ben
right.
Tap.
Well, let's see.
I offered it for a reason.
Oh, here's the buggy.
here's my.
Yeah,
buggy
there's the
back.
buggy.
It's pretty good. I was too flat in my back.
It can't be long now, right? It's only 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, it happened pretty quick after this. I'll try to get it to my side here.
What you should have did is use that belt grip and then let's sweep him.
Yeah.
Get on top. Or as Franco comes and teaches us, the back take.
Yeah.
Which shout out to Andrew Franco and Luis Gurrera. Just opened up the Jiu-Jitsu lounge.
Yeah.
Then the Bronx. And here comes the armbar. And Ben's like, fuck, I got to ref matches after this. No, just kidding, he left.
Oh, I gotta have that one. Okay. I made him work for it at least.
Mm-hmm. It was a good match.
Yeah.
Again, he's the one seed.
It was the last time you'll ever see me compete in the gi. I'm done with that now.
You did your job. You promised you'd bring it.
Yeah.
Make an exciting match.
This is has to be good.
Yeah.
And there's the finish.
tap.
And there's 1 second left there, and that's Jabari's last second submission. And we were saying in the booth, that whole time, I think we were just saying how you got to beware of Jabari because of what he did in his last match. Yeah.
He's good, dude. I hope he does well.
So after Ironman 3, we got 14.
So
14.
Bobbi and Aurelia.
We have either the Grand Prix final from that one,
I'll go Bobbi.
and then Bobbi and Aurelia.
This isn't my pick.
This was your
Yeah,
pick.
Bobbi and Aurelia's you.
I ref this match, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember just watching it as I'm reffing it, being like, this match is insane.
This
Cool graphics by MVP.
Cool graphic pre there.
I think the big one was it's a double sub in the first overtime. They both choked each
Yes.
other out, and it was like,
Do we
oh,
want
this
to
is
skip
crazy.
to the overtime?
There was also when they both jump
They both
guard.
yes,
They just collide
at the
in
same
the air.
exact time.
Oh, you weren't here for this one.
This female on card I was here. Did watch it then.
So
And then it made sense anyway because you had Jillian and Lydia in the
Yeah.
booth.
dressed up. This was Halloween.
It was Halloween. Yes, it was
yeah.
Halloween. Lydia doesn't normally wear ears.
She might.
Well, yeah, true. I'm sorry, Lydia, for speaking on you.
All right, so we'll just.
I think it's after I reset them. Right?
Wow.
I think it's
I think it might be here. I think
Well, this is overtime.
this is overtime. I think it was before.
we'll get a little girl.
Shout out DJ
Lydia.
Mook in the background. Mookie Mook.
She wants the offense and she wants to start on the back.
It's just, and then listening to the audio, like how calm Lydia is. It's so like saying like a bedtime story. There you go. Good kombucha.
And so what was happening over the double submission
Double sub.
Double submission, yeah.
to get to ADCC?
Oh yeah, they jump guard in ADCC.
There we go.
They collide. Again,
So yeah, I mean, anytime you can have multiple submissions in one match, obviously it's going to be
Yeah.
a more exciting top match.
this match I also gave out to Jiu-Jitsu magazine. Shout out. They normally only want us to send out higher level matches and whenever I said listen, these two brought it. They deserve the love and they did.
I think they're both late subs too.
I'll tell you in a minute. And no, this,
There's only a
this,
minute, so it
this,
can't
is
be
that,
too
this
late.
is definitely.
That looks tight, and she doesn't have a lot of time to do anything else. So
It's the art cheer.
as we see from Bobbi, Aurelia was not happy. As we see, from
I don't
Bobbi,
think she knows she didn't lose yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's not aware yet.
Right? So, but she's got to hit a submission. All right,
Bobby with his little smile to Franco, probably.
right? Looks like she's going to elect to take the back. So she needs to get a submission. And
Got the Barbie grappling tee.
Bringing her all the way back in a recliner.
Ben's like, hey, off the whistle, do what you want.
Not in my circle.
sometimes when
Good adjustment.
And she
dude.
gets there
No, she
immediately,
gets in
too.
the deep, dude.
I think she might be under the chin. She's flattened her out. Oh,
Yeah, that was a quick tap.
That was quick,
That was
That was deep quick.
all right. I was gonna say sometimes.
And now she might think she won now.
Yeah.
She was a little confused on the rules, potentially.
Great second overtime round.
Yep, she thought she won.
Yeah. Again, not my.
She's like, I did it quicker.
Yeah.
First overtime, time does not matter.
I think they do double jump right off.
Let's see. It'll be upsetting if we don't see it now.
Yeah.
We had advanced to the overtime for those that are watching along. I hope you picked up on that. Yep, that's one jump.
Nope. No, they actually like legit.
All right, well, that wasn't it. So if you were watching along, maybe you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that happened earlier.
I mean,
How does this one end?
No, honestly, I think that's how it ends. I think it happens off the double jump, and then Bobbi wins an HCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really starts to really fight against me trying to do any type of flying moves. Yeah.
I think it's like towards the end of HCC.
Yeah.
Match, and it's been about all the 10 minutes has been nonstop. No, and those ladies are aggressive. Like they're.
Oh.
I could see them going to like an MMA cage next. Like.
See here, Jillian just doing a nice little on the floor.
Yeah. Nice matchmaking. I see it. I see you, Jillian.
Or maybe a little Easter egg to Arena.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she was doing there.
Yeah.
They're just sometimes a little too nice. You
All
know,
right, so we're back up.
All right, here it comes.
It's got to be here.
It's got to be right here, right?
these two ladies have that aggression. Right, so halfway
Do
through
it.
this round, minute and a half
Send
left.
it.
Ooh. Forgive my silence on the call. Really focusing on the match. It's aggressive, it's explosive, it's technical. Now the fire is lit.
No, all right, well, maybe we don't know what we're talking about.
At some point in this match, when you go back and watch, it happens.
Because that was a poll.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But-
Bobbi wins this match.
Bobbi goes on a win. Bobbi coming off a win, so excited to see her in October.
I will post also the 15 that we're looking at.
Yeah. But again, YouTube playlist. But yeah, from HCS 14, our Grand Prix final. Peyton Letcher, Sophia Cassella.
So this is another one we'll kind of
Zip through.
zip through a little bit.
This was mine. I mean, main reason I put it on, we crown our 125 Grand Prix champ.
Am I going
Look at their costumes. Great stuff. But yeah, we were able to crown our first. This is our first female champ.
Yep,
Yeah.
our only.
Yeah, our only female champ. So
Until October 19th.
we're able to crown our first female champ.
Crown 2.
And it was kind of it's the culmination of what was an awesome card. I didn't get to go. It was when I was able to watch though, and it was great for a viewer at home. So I can only imagine how cool it was to be in person. House party, costume party, great time. But yeah, so you had first female champ walk away. We'll fast forward here.
So I mean, so Sophia came into the Grand Prix late. And if you follow Jiu-Jitsu, you know who Sophia is. She's won everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peyton, we were at the Flex Fight Series fight the week before where she won it, and after she got out of the cage, I said, "You good?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll be all right." And she had to cut weight, tough weight cut, all that. This match goes back and forth the entire time and ends up in overtime where Sophia wins, understanding the rules. Peyton didn't understand the rules that much. Where
Which overtime?
the EBI won. So Sophia got out, and then so Peyton's coach was trying to explain to her, like, you got to get out. And I don't know, I don't really understand the confusion, but she wasn't really trying to get out. She was just trying to survive, kind of that. And Sophia actually brought something to our eyes where like you're able to lock your arms however you want, or like and get it. So like it was an entanglement there, in the armbar defense. So it was just it was a high level jiu-jitsu match. Again, you earned this $1,000, you earned the belt. And it was a good way of leading into the end of the year last year. You know, like Nicole Matthews was supposed to be in this. She got hurt at the time. Chelsea Math was supposed to be in this. She got hurt. Sydney was the 1 seed, so she ended up losing out to Sophia in the opening round. Like Sophia beat Sydney and Peyton to get here. So that was a good match.
Do we want to fast forward to the overtime to show the confusion then? We're jumping to overtime 1. Should be right around the 6-minute mark, right? We can probably see how much time's left. So yeah, we're at the end of the opening round here, but it should be ending soon.
So this is going to be even harder for Sophia to get 3. Now she's in a more traditional.
And you said Peyton was so much bigger than her.
But she's still got her gift track. So she's really taking, Sophia's
Doing 2 weight cuts back to back, still being bigger than her opponent.
Wow, especially on a female.
Yeah.
off of that gift wrap from the mats. So let's say they can't finish it sufficient. Just eat consistent pressure. It could be a very interesting.
I think we were wrong another time because
What was 6 minutes?
there was a lot. There was a lot of.
There it is.
Here-
Yeah, there it is.
So
So 7 minutes in. 7:30
7:30.
in.
She has the back.
Fixing her hair. Again, when you're in here, you want your chin down, hands up, get your own grip.
On her way.
And Sophia
Yeah, Sophia
right away
yeah.
got her back to the mat.
And it was clear, in the way she set up her chin there, she knew the rules, she was ready.
Good retake.
Ooh, she's close to being out.
She was almost at, it's like, this is a 50-50 spot. I'm reffing, so I'm looking at, when I'm looking at the back, I'm looking at your chest, and now we're out.
And there's the escape there.
Right. That's a quick escape by Sophia there. Time does not matter.
That's right, Lydia.
That's right, Lydia. Know the rules.
Time does not matter.
Everyone, unfortunately, except the most important person in the situation, knew the rules.
And this to me was interesting.
She picked armbar.
Picking arm.
Usually, you can usually an armbar you can get out.
Yeah.
It's either you get submitted or you're out. A ride out from armbar is not the common.
So, like, here, right here.
I'm a
Sophia getting her feet underneath the knee. Again, we don't have any rule that says that you can't do that.
I'm a simple purple belt, but I would think back take if you're trying to ride someone out.
Yeah. Again, I mean, if you're confident in
But,
your
like,
arm,
look how
if you're
tight
confident in
her-
your armbar here, I mean, go for it. But
Her
the
knees are
likelihood
tight.
that they get out is much higher.
But clearly I'm wrong because she wins.
So you have someone who knows the rules, knows she can take her time.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to force anything. Versus an opponent who wasn't fully aware of what she needed out of this overtime.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a perfect storm for the position. But yeah, I mean, once you escape, it puts you in a good position because it's like the worst that's going to happen is you're going to go to another overtime. You can't lose once you escape.
But and the same thing with the armbar. Like, if especially knowing you have to get out, when you try to explode at armbars, you give your arm up.
Yeah.
Like, so there are opportunities.
It's very 50-50 in terms of like I'm either going to get submitted or I'm going
And
to
look,
get
she's
out.
gotten to the Bakers. Doesn't.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's a question of like how hard are you actually trying to get the arm.
Yeah, and especially again if you're underneath here and you think, oh, if I survive, it's fine.
Yeah.
And if you're in this position, you're stuck. It's not a
Like,
great
Peyton's
position.
trying not to tap here.
Yeah.
That's what she knows. All right.
Yeah, so we had our first female champ there. So we jumped to 14, I think.
That was for
No, that was 14. We jumped to 15. One
Team
more
duels.
card for Ben. Gurrera Derin.
This match was insane. I chose this because of just the pure chaos that it was.
I definitely put it on
You have 14 videos, so you are missing one.
here. I am missing one. All right. Well.
All right, so we'll fix that for you. But Ben, why don't you talk about it real quick and we'll move on.
Just a ridiculously high-paced match. I think I reset them
Like 3?
like 9 different times throughout the course of the match. It's just
18 next.
ridiculous.
We skipped Kochel, Sam, Vorbe too.
That what's up? I didn't put that on.
It was 10.
That was me, I think. Again.
Maybe that's what's not. Oh, it's here. Yep, it's an X. That's why I'm. All right, we're going to HCS 10. Kochel, same board.
Throwing it back.
Same booth as you just saw. But
Yeah.
I
previous.
chose this one because
Again, I will put the whole list.
HCS 10 again was our biggest house party to date. 20's going to shit on it, but it was our biggest house party to date.
this is another one where it's two guys, two really high level guys. I mean, Kochel obviously.
Kochel beating everybody anywhere under the sun in any type of format, but
And even though Kochel gets a relatively quick finish, Sam did not make it easy for him.
and Sam Doe is someone like he comes out aggressive.
Yeah,
And
like this whole match. I mean,
He's always down.
These two guys beat the shit out of
Even when he's not
right into the
even when he's not competing, he's there, and he feels like someone that if he's at the event and we have a last second day of pull out and we just look at him, there's a solid chance he's like, yeah, sure, I got shorts in my car.
I think Sam made his MMA debut not too long after this, so he
Yeah, he was getting ready. I think that's why he also wanted to do it. One, he lost to Kochel prior.
Yeah.
He had like a good fight tournament or something like that.
be doing wall work.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, you're. Which again, I'm going to put a disclaimer now. HCS 20, there will be a wall involved, but not
different.
as much. No, it's different. I'm
We're
working.
not
on it.
relying on the wall.
Don't. Yeah, you'll be inbounds,
Don't
but
count on the wall.
don't be slamming anybody, and you're going to hurt yourself. We're going to have a bigger circle. Yeah, that's
I feel like concussions.
all right. So we're just going to keep on going. He gets the tap.
Isn't it quick? You probably pass forward a couple times.
Here,
I think it's a heel hook.
yeah. Kochel gets it. You know, Kochel was supposed to go against Rob Schaefer at HCS 10, and Sam ended up taking it. He went from absolute to making 175.
Shout out Rob Schaefer. Just burning your brain. All the
You can hear some
all the
baby
verses.
songs.
Some baby
if you're
songs in the
listening
back.
close.
I know
If
them.
the mic's picking up, you can hear some baby songs in the background.
Mike Villeneuve
It wasn't there.
in Cockel's corner.
Well, he competed that day. He went against Logie. To Nicole in the back end, waiting for a main event against Sarge.
Not a great take time there.
Cockel shakes his head. Does it try again? Oh,
This is where it goes bad.
Yeah.
And then we talked to Sam after. He's like, I don't know why I went for that. Going for a flying triangle on Kochel.
yeah,
but
but
they
it's a straight ankle, I think.
Dude, I would just. He's so good.
Yes.
Listen, a dream match for me is Kochel versus Dylan.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Champ versus champ. Like,
Taco's got the size, but Dylan's
they're
bringing it.
both supposed to put teams together for November. I'm just saying that.
Oh no, it is you.
And there's the tap.
Yeah,
I know Kochel was going to make this list at least twice. But yeah, so now we go to 18. We'll add it to the thing, but we don't have it on
18?
here. Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
We'll add it, but we don't have it on here. We're missing. Which one was it?
It was Dave
From
Gurrera
15.
and
Yeah, Dave
Derin.
Gurrera and Derin. It'll be added to the playlist. Go ahead and watch that one as well.
This
Missed
is another
that,
pick.
but
This is another pick of mine.
But at 18, another pick was Ben's match, but not this Ben. Other Ben.
So this is team duels. With,
New arena. The first one?
Yeah,
Second one.
No, this is
Third one?
Third one.
Third one.
Third.
The first one that you'll see on this stream.
Getting to see, my teammates compete is always awesome. Like I said, I think that the HCS team
Alright, here we
duels. I think the HCS team duels are the best format in grappling, and getting to see my own team compete in there was a lot of fun.
So I'll give you the timestamp of the whole team duel, so you get an understanding.
About 133.
1:30 is when everyone does.
What
the
1:30
intro.
is when you can go to watch the whole team duel matchup. We're gonna
And then-
specifically look at Ben's match.
Big guys.
Who's it up against?
Big Ben versus. No,
Big
we'll
Ben.
get it in
I
a
don't
second.
remember his name.
We'll get some audio
But it was fun
There
because
we
This
it's
is the
against
match.
the, it's against the tap
Oh.
house guys.
Yeah.
The tap
That
house
was
guys.
an elbow.
here. Here we go.
Did anyone see that?
149.
We're at 149 on the timestamp.
It's fun because the Tap House guys were awesome. It was competitive but still friendly. Shout out Robbie Bloom and Dietrich. I'm not Bauer.
Yeah, you got
last
From-
name. Shout out both you guys. You guys are awesome. But it was fun, and I was getting to see Ben compete was cool because if you train at Hammer Chain, you know rolling with Ben is not a good time all the time.
We're getting a name here. Adeline. So Adeline is way over the heavyweight limit, but his goal was to make weight by November. So
I think Ben throws an elbow in this match.
elbow pass.
Ben
Looks like he made about contact with the chin.
Ben is ridiculously strong. If you guys,
Dad.
It's an elbow pass.
Dad.
It's Long Island elbow pass. He talks me how good Long Island wrestling is, but it's not.
I was saying, I don't know how good Long Island wrestling really is.
it's the takedown.
Yeah, it's
Like,
the one takedown. That's
3
crazy.
minutes. 3 minutes. This match is on the feet, and then Ben gets the takedown, and the place explodes.
Yeah, we had a small crowd in there. It was the first time we were doing in-person tickets at HCS 18 at the new spot.
Barbers probably hated us. It was so loud in there.
We got our one man with 2 shirts.
Hammer team all in their camo except Ben.
And he is pushing against the wall here, but he's got very good pace.
This is the debut of Joe on commentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both guys, you see the difference between the smaller guys.
Let's get some takedown.
You pass it. There.
152.
152-11.
It's big.
You want to turn your sound
Oh,
on for
wow,
this?
that was a great slide by him. Yes, sir.
Team gets hype.
Let's go.
Robbie Bloom going nuts. John's going nuts. I'm inside the circle. Not as bad as Bailey's coach.
Not as
Just
bad as
putting that out there.
I should have put that match on just so we can see Bailey's coach.
That was the most wild moment.
Inside the circle. Literally.
So Ben gets the sub right
What do you got, Kimura? Or is it head and arm?
here. It's a big boy. I bent your arm. I'm not going to call it American.
We might not call it the most technical thing, but it was a submission.
Oh, no, it wasn't head and arm. He goes to get to the side and
We got 2 left here.
Heavyweights.
We head to
Anacondas. Like
our latest card, HCS 19, both Dylan matches. This one, Dylan versus Anthony. This was the
go.
semis. 2 HCS vets at this point. I mean, 2 that we know to be exciting as well. So definitely excited for that. Shout out Rubber Bones.
This match was just nuts.
Yeah, that's the part of Joe that you never know.
Doesn't know names.
Joe, he loves watching jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't know what's going on. He's excited.
Shout out Anthony. I bought those same shorts after I saw it.
They're great shorts.
I saw him wear them in a previous HCN.
Yes.
Ironman welcome.
I was a little disappointed to see them again
Yeah.
because
He cut his hair after this.
he gave me the idea of someone who rotates the shorts.
I have the pink leopard and I also have the normal leopard.
And this was again 8 minutes in this new Grand Prix. I'm not gonna watch all 8 minutes, but it was 8
Yeah,
minutes.
where do we want to go to? I mean, there's a lot. The biggest things are like how calm Dylan
Yeah.
was. Like Rua gets in like at a leg lock, and he just fucking just sits there.
And for the last one, we can show the last minute of the win. But yeah, I mean, it was,
Again, we're not showing anything, so watch this match. One of the best
Yeah.
matches that we've had.
but yeah, the whole Grand Prix from last time, like you should watch the whole card. HS 19, especially the Grand Prix section,
All on our YouTube.
was crazy. It was every match was entertaining. We'll just jump forward, show you Dylan again because these are our last 2 of our top 15. Well deserved. We're gonna hop all the way to the very end, that last overtime.
Well,
They go to overtime 3.
the biggest
You
thing
gotta
is when
go
we
stare
start
down.
the stare down at the
You gotta
beginning.
go
Because I interrupted it and I felt like an ass.
Did we get it on camera?
Yeah, we started right here.
This was some Alex Pereira.
They literally were staring at each other like for 3 minutes,
Yeah.
just staring down. Look at AVP hitting us up with the graphics.
Cute little bracket there.
Joe counting his money.
Look, dude, they weren't moving. I walked right in front of them. They were not happy. But Diallo did not move.
And they both won. And I can't believe they both.
So we had to stare off, but this goes to our third and final overtime. Dylan gets out pretty quickly in his overtime portion. And so Diallo has to get out. Ben doesn't, not Ben. Dylan does a great job of riding him out.
It's easy to see how
Dude, right at the end of regulation, Diallo's
End of regulation, Diallo's trying to get it. This is overtime 3.
it's easy to see how you would get me. And
No, that was the end of regulation.
You and Diallo are the same. No, I meant like we have to go to overtime 3.
We look very similar.
I think they both escape decently quickly here. I know Dylan escapes quick both times.
Yeah, just whiplash.
Yeah, Dylan, no regard for his own life.
Right
He
away.
immediately just starts rolling. Diallo did a good job following there, but like Dylan is moving like crazy.
Dylan continuing to do what he does. That was a sub-10-second escape again. Looks like he was close to throwing up that sub. He just
Slow it up.
got 3 seconds, but yeah, that was. I like that he's new to the circuit, but he's still aware of that. Like, let's get that out of the way. Still actively running. He's very urgent. Here's Dylan again. Look, he's getting that far.
But as you can even see here that it takes more energy for Diallo to try to get. Oh no, it does.
Oh, no, he does finish,
It is first overtime. So we'll just watch this out.
So he's riding.
But yeah, he's riding him out tough. As you go on, it kind of Diallo has to start getting a little bit desperate to try to get out because he is aware of the rules out here. So he knows he has to get out.
You're crazy. He stands up with him, and then in my head I'm like, all right, well he still has control. So what am I doing here?
Yeah, so we're still in the position. It's just we're up now, and 10 seconds left. He gets it. It's deep. You can't. The angle's not the best for it. It
I'm
is
not gonna tell you
deep,
stuff.
and that's Diallo. He gets the tap in, but it goes out. He throws this tap up as he passes out. So like he was leaving it all on the line. Like he wasn't. This was they're both their third match of the
Again,
day.
I don't know if
They
he
went all
actually
out.
went out.
He went out. You can see after he throws the tap up, his arm just collapses.
It was crazy. It was a
But like
perfect
that
ending
was,
of the.
he left everything out there. It was a hell of a match back and forth. Great submission by Dylan. Great ride out.
I was nervous here because he was down for a while.
He was exhausted.
I
That
think
was
he
his
woke
third
up
match of the
quick,
day.
but he was
Yeah.
exhausted after. But yeah, those are our top 15.
Yeah. So we will.
Well, again, playlist on YouTube. We'll upload again. We'll get the one that we missed, the HS15 one. We'll get up there. But that's the road to HS20. That's all. Those are the top matches that have led us to where we're going to be. And all I'll say is after HS20, if we have to remake the top 15, there's a chance 5 of them are from HS20. We have a loaded card coming your way.
So we'll do after 20. We'll do our end of the year awards because we missed them last year.
Yeah, I mean we can do that after. We can do that for 22. Lead up to 22.
No, we'll let the year go.
So finish 22 and they'll do it.
We'll do 21, 22.
But be on the lookout
and
for-
then
we will update this. Maybe we'll do a top 20 for.
this is the top 10 up to 20. You know,
Yeah.
that's where we're looking at.
So this is just showing you where we've come from because HS20 is going to blow everything out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it started from just a COVID project to now. We have some heavy hitters. Get your tickets. 20 is going to be awesome. 21 is going to be awesome. SPS, Sentinel Performance.
Sentinel Performance. Be there if you can in person. If not, tune into the stream. Support your fighters. Support friends, family, whoever they might be. If you're just a fan of fighting, you don't know anyone on the card, doesn't matter. It's going to be a hell of an event. Shout out to our sponsors to make all this possible. Aldridge Mechanical, Savvy Fit Soaps, Rubber Bones, AVP Live, Underground,
Stretch with Hannah, Gianni's Pizza.
We got it all.
We're-
If you want to
we're
be a
growing,
sponsor,
Yoga studio.
hop on the train early.
Yoga Studio, Body Yoga,
Body
Body
yoga.
yoga.
You guys are awesome.
Hop on,
Savage Fit Soaps.
I said that. Hop on, really freaking natural. Hop on the train while you can. You don't want to miss it because after HCS20, Bud Light's going to be in the DMs. So
It's going big.
be
Red
ready.
light, sin, liquid death, athletic.
Anything we got. But yeah, I'm glad we got to do this. I'm glad you guys being a part of this ride, and I'm excited to see where the house party goes. But I think we have some cool things happening. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not. You're watching this, so you will probably subscribe. And make sure you subscribe. Follow the Instagram.
Share it out to your friends.
Share it out. Again,
Leave some comments for us. Vote when the poll comes out.
when you buy your tickets, put your favorite fighter in.
Yeah.
Get commissions off their tickets and streams.
Even if you do not know someone fighting, might
Pick
as well,
someone.
might as well pick
Put
someone.
my name in there.
Pick some.
Maybe
We
I'll
got
pick
some
some.
hammer guys in there. We're excited. But yeah, we'll stay in touch, and that's it.
And that's the road to
That's
HCS
fine.
20.
Os.
Oh,
Next time.